Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they
They're
don't
setting Dylan Gabriel up to take the biggest L out of
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they
They're
don't.
setting Dylan Gabriel up to take the biggest L out of
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Off the Record D merch was created as an extension of the community that grew around the podcast, the live streams, and the conversations that happen every day. The designs are inspired by real moments, real reactions, real stories that represent the culture around the game and the mindset behind building something from nothing. Each piece reflects the growth of the brand, the supporters who helped shape it, and the journey that's still in progress. This isn't just clothing. It's a way to represent the era, the community, and the belief that consistency, creativity, and hard work can turn a small idea into something lasting. Off the Record D merch stands for the grind, the supporters, and the legacy that we're still building. Off the Record D merch was created as an extension of the community that grew around the podcast, the live streams, and the conversations that happen every day. The designs are inspired by real moments, real reactions, real stories that represent the culture around the game and the mindset behind building something from nothing. Each piece reflects the growth of the brand, the supporters who helped shape it, and the journey that's still in progress. This isn't just clothing. It's a way to represent the era, the community, and the belief that consistency, creativity, and hard work can turn a small idea into something lasting. Off the Record D merch stands for the grind, the supporters, and the legacy that we're still building. Off the Record D merch. Check, check, check. Mic check, mic check. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Let's see. I think we got it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. I was messing with some stuff last night. I don't like this audio replay. I don't want to hear myself in my ear. Hold on. Uh, I guess I'm just going to have to hear the sound of my ear the whole stream. I don't want to listen to myself the whole stream. That's okay. How you sounding now? All right, there we go. I don't like it. I don't like it. But it's okay. It is okay. It is okay. We're going to get through it. This is why you don't mess with stuff. You don't mess with stuff. You leave stuff how it is. You leave it how it is. I'm messing with stuff on my end. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. So I have to leave this up. I have to leave up another screen. I guess I'm going to have to do it this way all stream. So it's all good. We're going to get through it. We're going to have a good stream. I'm going to leave one earpiece in, not two. We're going to make it happen, though. We're going to make it happen. We're not going to worry about it. All right, let's move this over. Let's go here. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, we're going to figure this thing out. We're going to make sure we get a good stream. Hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button on the way in. We talking quarterbacks today because that's all the Cleveland media wants to talk about. All they want to talk about is quarterbacks, so we're going to talk about quarterbacks. We ain't going to – that's where they want to live at. That's what we going to do, man. That's what we going to do. Quarterback. Let me go back through. Let's greet everybody on the way in. Hit that like button on the way in from y'all. Man, I don't want to listen to myself the whole time. I got the audio playing back in my ear. Oh, not a big fan, but that's okay. That's okay. We going to get to it. Selmo Fudd, the first one in building. Selmo Fudd, what's going on? Good morning.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go.
What's going on, Selmo Fudd? Welcome in. Craig, what's going on? Good morning. How you feeling today, man? Man, we're going to get through it. My computer is putting me through it, y'all. So, like when you get the update on your computer and it's like you got to do that update. I'm not doing the update. I'm not updating this thing before no stream. They not taking me out the game this way. It ain't happening. No, sir. No way, no how. We ain't falling for it. All right, let's keep going. Who we got next up in the box? We got Asante. Grand Rising. D in the chat. Asante, what's going on? How you feeling? Turn that down. There we go. Zadja, good morning. My dog, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Cole, you stupid.
We do not care.
Let's see if I can deal with this now. See if I can deal with it. It's a little bit lower. All right, that's better. Who we got next up? Phaedra, good morning. How you feeling today? What's going on? C Brown Run, good morning. How you feeling? So C Brown Run, for some reason, I had you blocked in the chat, so you probably haven't been able to chat the last couple streams. I was able to get that fixed. So you should be good to go. We can see your stuff. Not sure why I had you blocked, but we got you straight now. So good to see you, C Brown Run. Good to see you. CO7111, what's going on? Good morning, all. Time for another amazing stream. We gonna get to it. Who we got next? KC, what's going on? Good morning, D in the chat. Thank God it's Friday. Daisha, happy Friday. Off the Record family. What's going on, Daisha? All right, so that's when the audio problems was happening, but we back. We good. Keith Mathis is in the building. What's going on, Keith Mathis? How you feeling today? 45-47. I like that. Hopefully you feeling good, Keith Mathis. Asante, you said Jason Lloyd got me. We back. I was messing with some audio settings that just messing with stuff I should have been messing with, but we good now. We are good. Okay. A.M. Williams, good morning. How you feeling today? Ooh, the chat just jumped on me. Charmaine, hardest working woman in Ohio. How you feeling today? Good morning. Leave off that. All right. Who we got next? We got our Jizzle in the building. Our Jizzle, what's going on? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Old saying, don't fix it if it ain't broken. Craig, that's the... So, I just tell y'all, this is what happened. Sometimes when I end my Streamlabs and I shut down the stream, YouTube doesn't simultaneously end the stream, and then it messes up my audio for replays and stuff like that. So since that is happening, I'm trying to avoid it, and by me trying to avoid it, I'm messing up the audio. So that's what happened, man. That's what it was. I'm trying to fix something that really affects me more than anybody, and messing stuff up. Why's my... Yeah. Today gonna be one of them days, but we're gonna get through. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. We are going to enjoy ourselves. My social stream ninja is acting weird. That's okay. That is okay. We're gonna work through it. Let's do this real quick. I don't know why my social stream ninja wanna act funky, but that's okay. Shout out to Black Pearl. Where we at?
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Uh-oh. Okay, no, we back. We didn't lose sound. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's do this right here. Shout out to Black Pearl. We appreciate you. Okay. Man, oh man. I got to go through a lot of clicks to get here. Shout out to Black Pearl. We appreciate you. Top of the morning. Hold on. Got my face covered up. Let's go up here. That's better. Top of the morning. Peace and blessings to everyone. Happy Feel Good Friday. We like that energy, Black Pearl. How we sound now? Okay. That should be good. I figured out the trick. There we go. We should be good. So we knocked out one thing that was giving us a problem. One thing we check it off the list. You're like, all right, we got this fixed. We're going to make it happen. Let's do this. Pop this out. Go here. I'm just going to shut down this social stream. We don't need it. We don't need it. All right, there we go. Where we leave off at in the chat? Where we leave off at? Here we go. Don't touch nothing. Like the mamas tell you before you go to the store. Man, you get that pep talk, you in the car, don't touch nothing. You ain't getting nothing. We going here for one thing. We going to get in, we going to get out. Obviously, I did not listen to that, Zedric. I'm out here touching stuff, and then look what happens. It's okay. We're going to make it happen, though. We're going to make it happen. Definitely hit that like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit that like button for me. We putting in work. We're going to get through. We're going to have a great stream. We leave off at. Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building. What's going on? Good morning, fam. I'm back. We buried my mom yesterday. Thank you for your condolences in advance. Looking forward to a great show. So sorry for your loss. It's hard to bury a loved one, especially someone like a mom. So condolences to you and your family. Prayers to you and your family. Hopefully we can just take your mind off of what you're going through for a couple hours today. Keith Hunt. Hopefully we can. Condolences to the family. Where are we at? Princess Premier, what's going on? What's going on, Princess Premier? Yeah, definitely send prayers and condolences Keith Hunt's way to him and his family. Definitely send him his way. Yeah, C. Brown Run, I don't know what happened. I don't know why that happened, but we got it fixed. So glad to have you back, be able to chat, to take care of that. So that's good. Rewatching the Bills game this morning, tackle play wrecked multiple second half drives on all these games. Yes. It wasn't effort. They just wasn't good. They wasn't good. They were not good. Miss K, good morning. How you feeling today? I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Prentice Premier is going to be a legendary season. That's definitely how I see it. I see the Browns doing well, really well, actually. I see Colorado doing really well. I see us enjoying a really special football season this year. Really special on Saturdays and Sundays. Man, I'll be glad when this draft is over. You know what happens? Our Jizzle, the thing is, they stretch it too much. Like every single subject is about the draft. Every subject. It's like, do we have to hear about the draft this much? Can y'all still hear me? I just turned something off. I messed with something again. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. I don't want to listen to myself talk the whole stream because I don't really hear myself talk the whole stream. So let's see. The input looks like it's moving, so hopefully it's still good. If not, I'll turn it back on. I'll just listen to myself, but normally I don't like to hear the feedback the whole stream. Let me see. Okay, good. It's still good there. It's still good. Okay, cool. I just checked it on my end. Okay, yeah, I can't. I know some people. I know like when you're on TV and when you're on radio, you get feedback and you listen to yourself. Man, oh man, I think those people who can listen to themselves and still go through stream or TV or do any of those things is really good. Because me, man, that would throw me off just listening, hearing the playback in my ear. I can't go for that. I cannot go for that. You know it, draft watch party next week. Dylan, Samson, Harold, fan are going to be in the house. I saw that. That's what I'm talking about. I just got my number 2 jersey delivered this morning. Oh, you got yours early. My stuff said May, Prentice Premier. Mine said May. Offense can't score no more than 16 points, but people talking about trading back and drafting defensive players. Jizzle, I cannot go for that defensive player stuff. I can't go for it. Man, I'm about 5 minutes behind in the chat. My bad, y'all. Latika, good morning. What's going on?
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
Oh, no. Is echoing? I was hearing it play back in my ear, and I was like, this is a disaster. I can't listen to this the whole time. Let's see how it sounds now. Okay, we good. All right, we good. Thank you. I'm about 4 minutes behind y'all in the chat because I was doing all the stuff with the sound. Sounds like you're echoing in the tunnel. All right, we out the tunnel. We're out the tunnel. You got that Barry White voice with the echo. Dana, what's going on? How you feeling? So mean to have that echo. Hopefully it's not there. 13 Pro Cow, what's going on? Echo not that bad though. Going through it, y'all. We gonna get this thing right. We gonna get it right. Detroit Gemini, happy Friday. What's going on? Mrs. Brown, what's going on? Welcome in. All right, thank you, Black. You good now, better. Sounds great. All clear now. Okay, thank you. Because your boy I could not listen. I was hearing that echo the whole time. I was hearing that echo the entire time. I'm like, man, I can't listen to this the whole stream. You sound better, louder, and clearer now. Okay, good. Perfect. Oh, we good. We made it through, y'all. A little bit of a rough time. We made it through. Definitely send condolences to Keith and his family. Sent press F for 10 jewels. You good now? Okay, good. The media want Barry to select a defensive player to use against him later, knowing we need wide receivers. They do. Buenos dias, D, in the chat. What's going on, Brent? How you feeling today, man? How are you feeling? Why don't people want the QB so bad? It's all they know. It's all they know. Y'all remember this? Y'all remember in the Brady Bunch? Y'all gonna remember this in the Brady Bunch. She's like, Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. That's what I was thinking as I was watching that press conference yesterday. It was like quarterback, quarterback, quarterback. The only thing they can think about is a quarterback. And I'm like, man, we have to stop with all this quarterback talk. It's one of those things which is it's kind of funny because we spoke on that on Wednesday stream where I said it doesn't matter what the Browns go out there and say, they are still going to talk about the quarterback. And then it was only 11 questions about quarterbacks. So it's just, I can't change people. People change when they want to change. If they want to talk about quarterbacks in the media, they're going to talk about quarterbacks in the media. I just adapt to what they do. I don't change what I do because of them. If they want to talk about quarterbacks, they could do whatever they want to do. It's not going to be me. I'm not going to talk about quarterbacks all day. I'm not going to do it. If that's what they choose to do, more power to them. More power to them. More power to them. Maurice, what's going on? Good morning. Thumbnails are great. I appreciate that, Brent. It's the off season, so I'm really trying some stuff. I'm kind of trying some stuff. So y'all know I usually keep it like kind of standard and do the same thing throughout the season. But it's the off season, so I want to try some stuff. So what about Ty Simpson? They don't know any other names apparently. They don't. One of the things we're gonna do is we're gonna look at Taylen Green. I've been hearing his name, and I was like, man, let me look into Taylen Green. So we're gonna look at some. We're gonna get to know Taylen Green. We're going to talk about the NBA, talk about Alycia Baumgardner fighting tonight. We're going to look at another interview from Zion Johnson, look at an interview from Isaiah McGuire. So we're not going to do too much of the draft talk. I know people want to do the draft talk, but I mean, I'm right here with y'all. I'm just ready for the draft to happen versus the projections and we going to do this and we going to do that. I don't even want to do it no more. I don't even want to do it no more. Let's see. Why do they keep asking if Job Antonio coming back? I thought he was gone. C. Brown run. I feel the same way. Let Job Antonio be wherever he's going to be. They extended the window for Job Antonio to come back. They got to move forward. You can't keep living in the past. Like Job Antonio is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like you just got to let it be what it is. Let it be what it is. Shedeur could win 15 games next year, and they would still be asking about drafting the QB. Toolman, what's going on? They would. They talk Shedeur Sanders into the 5th round and are talking Simpson into the 1st round. Or Jizzle, they are. They are. That's funny because I typed that into the chat when they kept asking about QBs. Quarterback. Black Pearl, I didn't even see it, but that's what I was feeling. Like, I put it in Patreon. I was like, man, this is the first time that I was actually watching a press conference in over a year where I wasn't on live stream. So, when you're on live stream, I'm multitasking. I'm doing a lot of different things. I don't just get to take in what happens and just listen to it straight through and have real, true feelings without worrying about other things. When I was doing that yesterday, I was like, dang, so we're not the only ones that feel this way. They only want to talk about quarterbacks. D-Day can't get here fast enough. That war room is about to be cooking. Selma Fudd, I agree. Get us some playmakers. Talk about what it means for Shedeur and Dylan if they draft Ty Simpson. Like what? What do you want them to do? How do you want them to respond? How do you want them to answer that question? I don't get it. I'm not watching old Cleveland media anymore. New Cleveland media. Donnie King from the Netherlands. What's going on, man? How you feeling? I'm with you, man. They talk about QBs because they don't know the game and that it takes a team to win, not just a QB. Craig, talk to him. I kind of been saying that like all year. I've been saying they lack understanding, so they only focus on this. And then if they learn a new word, they focus on that word. If they learn something new that somebody does, they only focus on that. So I just look at it and I'm like, man, they got to start learning. They could have spent this whole offseason learning more about football. Instead, they try to tie together coaches who used to work for this person to see if they're going to be hired. They just spent their time on wild goose chases versus actually getting better. That's their choice. Coleman from Arizona, 4-4, 40-yard play with 2 at Jackson State. Are you talking about his name Kevin Coleman? Hopefully I'm not getting it wrong. Hopefully I'm not getting it wrong. I think his name is Kevin Coleman. I think I saw him on an interview. Man, I can't think of the lady's name who was asking Shedeur the weird questions. But I think I know who you're talking about, 13 Pro Kyle. I don't want to get his name wrong, though. Barry can't afford to trade back. Nah, not unless he gets a player, capital. He got to really finesse a team if he's going to trade back. Talking about QBs, D. Carson Beck is a sleeper. I don't have the most faith in Carson Beck. I'm telling y'all, after I looked at Taylen Green, I want to know what you think. Someone for later on, let me know, would you take Carson Beck or Taylen Green? Taylen Green. So I made a checklist last year. I made a checklist of things that I wanted a quarterback to have to, if I would take them like in the first round, and then if I would draft them later in the draft. I made my own checklist. I'm not going to share it, but I do have a checklist. I went and was looking at a lot of Taylen Green stuff yesterday. He actually checks a lot of the boxes where I wouldn't be upset at Taylen Green. Where we at? I think Brucey Gabriel will be gone before June 1st. Asante is not moving off of that. He said, I think he's going to be out of here. I think Bruce, well, I just read that one. Vontae Mack, no matter what. AB triggers right now are QB and Batonio. Vontae Mack, wasn't that from the Browns movie Draft Day? Britt, was that from Draft Day where they said they was taking the dude no matter what? AB triggers right now are QBs and Batonio. It makes him check out. Yeah, he you can see it on his face. D pick number 6, Carnell Tate. Rest of the picks below and beyond, we can keep debate. No Carnell Tate, fire AB on the spot in the draft live on TV. I want Carnell Tate too, but what if Carnell Tate is off the board? Then you got to pivot. They double down on what they already know. That's okay. Now we know their character is what a wise man once said. Talk to him. I'll pick it up what you put down, Zedric. Talk to him. The Cleveland microphones ask questions thinking they will influence organizational player decisions. Yes, they cover the Browns. They don't make the decisions for the Browns. So good call out right there, Keep on. I keep hearing about trade down to Dallas, and while you get more players, you get one less elite and a bunch of projects and developmental picks. Yeah, that's why I had to think about it. I'm like, it kind of looks good, but I don't know if I would do that trade. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Titans and Giants are picking before the Browns in this year's draft, which means the Browns won more games, but Shedeur status is in question. Make it make sense. His status is only in question by the media. It doesn't seem like his status is in question by the actual team. Beck is just big. None of these QBs excite me outside of Taylen Green. He's a true project with some good traits. Yes, I like his mindset too. To me, Taylen Green starts with mindset. Can't remember first name, but another wide receiver. Okay, got you, 13 Pro Count. Haha, yes, from draft day. Good job. I thought about it. I was like, man, that sounds like draft day. Why go trade down to get 2 individual players while at 6 you could pick an elite general talent that doesn't grow on trees? It's number 17. Hashtag New Cleveland. I'm right there with you, Donnie. I think Haynes Kings might be a surprise. If I was the Cardinals or even Falcons, I would take as a development backup. As a backup, and you're going to give him time, teach him more of the pro game, kind of get him out of being a run-first quarterback. And it wasn't his choice to run first. It was the system they ran that ran him first. I think he's made of the right stuff, but just the system. They should have at least 4 different plans if Tate is gone before 6. Jizzle, I agree with you there. So as I was watching that press conference yesterday, I actually thought about something. And this is what I thought about. Y'all. Let's make sure I get this up. This is what I thought about. How many questions are we going to hear about quarterback? And LeBron is going to update us on how many questions we heard about quarterback.
About that.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. Hey, and when I say that, I really believe it.
That's how they were with those quarterback questions. Not 1, not 2, not 3. I'm like, another one. Like, come on, man. Y'all are killing me with this quarterback talk. Y'all got to stop. Taylen Green for sure, big dog. Yeah, I like Taylen Green's mental a lot. If you're not a big name receiver, the microphones aren't checking for you. They better do their research before they get to look really dumb. They get to looking really dumb. Too late. Too late. Too late. If Tatum's off the board at 6, take the best blue chip player, be that Love or be that a defensive player. You can never have too many future Hall of Fame potential or 2 miles better than 1. Yeah, I agree with the sentiment. I just don't think I would go defensive player 2, man. I'm definitely going offensive player because I don't believe they only have one player who they would take at 6. They should have at least 3 players they would take at 6 because they don't control it. That's how it was. I was like, man, oh man. D, did you hear what Brian Kelly said about Shedeur? I did not hear what he said. I did not hear what he said about Shedeur. Everybody keeps forgetting Carnell Tate lives in Ohio just a block away. He is a homegrown talent. Why would you let him get away? # New Cleveland. Donnie Kings, I'll tell you something that's going to be surprising. Historically, the Browns have not drafted a lot of Ohio State players. They are it's about, depending on traffic, it could be like between 2 and 3 hours to get there. To get to Columbus, but historically, they have not drafted a lot of Ohio State players, even though it's right there. I'll take it even a step further. Glenville, which is on the east side of Cleveland, Glenville Tarblooders, they've been putting so many good NFL prospects and sending them from Glenville to Ohio State, which they truly were in Cleveland's backyard. They watched them go perform at Ohio State. Ohio State still wasn't drafting them. So, the Cleveland Browns still weren't drafting them, and they were right there. They watched them from high school. They watched them go play at Ohio State a couple hours down the road, and then they still didn't draft them. So it could change that they start looking at Ohio State players more. They got DeJuan Jones from Ohio State. They got Ohio State's a college. They got, I think it's Zach Zenter, Luke Whippler. Zach Zenter or Luke Whippler, one of those two. I can't remember which one. One of them is from Ohio State too. So just recently they start looking at Ohio State. So many years we watched Ohio State talent go Cincinnati, go to the Steelers. We watched it go all around us. The Browns were just not really taking it. Let's see. National media is just as ignorant as local media, in my opinion. Yeah, they don't. A lot of it is they don't do enough research to be better. Shout out to the Heatos. I remember Wade coming out and saying he thought Brown was crazy for saying this. Yes. So, hey, man, you putting all this pressure on there. Look how they looking at him. I'm not taking no defensive player with these first 3 picks. Yeah, I wouldn't go defense either. If Barry go defense, the first, oh, man, I can't say that. I'm in the minority, but I want O-line at 6. Yeah, I would pivot to O-line at 6 if Tate wasn't there. I don't have an issue with that. They hired Munker to get the offensive side better, and that starts with the draft. I agree. But if Tate, Proctor, and Love go before 6, trade down or take an end to end linebacker, it's a tough call. No matter what, someone going to be upset. I wouldn't take an end-to-end. I wouldn't take Proctor at 6. I would not take Proctor at 6. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I wouldn't take Proctor at 6. I wouldn't. So I was watching a lot of Alabama this year. After like week 3 or 4, I started watching a lot of Alabama because of Ty Simpson. And Kenan Proctor is super athletic. They use him a lot of different ways. But he's another one with his weight. His weight is up there. So that's I don't know. I wouldn't take Proctor at 6 though. I wouldn't. If Carnell Tate is not there at 6, they should get Caleb Downs. Man, I don't know. I don't know Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs is going to be a great player. I just don't know if safety. First off, safeties generally don't go that high, and then also, man, the offense is too The offense is too bad, especially if it was a big gap between offensive players around pick 6, then I can see not going offense there, but it's so many other good offensive players. You could easily pivot. I just noticed Boss Head here is still there. Very much what you just say energy. Yeah, he looking at him like, what you talking about? AB was laughing in her face yesterday. It's probably the only way he can get through those pressures. That's a fact. If O-line was the only problem to solve, you can do that. Who is going to catch the ball? And better yet, don't drop it. Hashtag New Cleveland. That's a fact. Yeah, you got to go O-line or wide receiver first. If something funky happens and all of the guys who you thought would be there at 6, all of them are gone, then maybe I'm open to the other ideas, but I find it hard to believe that happening. Find it hard. All right, we made it through long open, but we're going to get to it. Let's get some motivation. This is, y'all know how much I like Dr. Miles Monroe. So let's get to it. We got some motivation from Dr. Miles Monroe. Let's take you down here. All right, here we go. All about mindset, y'all. It's all about mindset.
Lion. Because he rules the universe, you know. God identified with a lion, and he rules the universe. That means the lion has some qualities that he wants you to study. Here's some of the lion that's very strange. Number one, the lion is not the tallest animal in the jungle. He's not the strongest. He's not the biggest. He is not the most powerful, and he's not the most intelligent. And yet he's the leader. Tell your neighbor there's hope for you. What the lion has done is he has canceled all of your excuses for not being a leader. The color of his mane and his skin doesn't inhibit him from being a leader. His intellect, his strength. There are so many animals in the jungle more powerful than the lion. Stronger, taller, bigger, more intelligent. And yet the lion eats all of them for lunch. As a matter of fact, when the lion sees an elephant, he simply thinks lunch. Why is the lion the leader? Because of attitude. Write it down. Just attitude. Attitude comes from your belief system, and it produces confidence. The lion believes that he can eat an elephant. That belief becomes the source of his confidence, and so he moves toward the elephant. The elephant is 50 times more powerful, 100 times bigger, 80 times more intelligent, 60% more powerful, and yet the lion eats him for lunch. Why? Because the lion's attitude reduces that elephant to a meal. This is why he's the leader. Leadership is 80% mentality, attitude, and 20% skill. And this is why skillful people work for those with the right attitude.
Man, Dr. Miles Monroe, shout out to Keith Mathis. I always got to shout out Keith Mathis, put me on to Dr. Miles Monroe. I really enjoy his teachings. This is from like 8 years ago. I've listened to this a couple times. But he's just getting to the core of it, where he's talking about the lion. The lion is not the biggest, strongest, fastest. It's the attitude, which equals your beliefs, which equal your philosophy. And it starts with your mentality. So if you notice, one thing that I've been highlighting the most with how things are going now with the Cleveland Browns, I've been highlighting the mindset and the mentality of the coaches, the players, Andrew Berry, Jimmy Haslam, Todd Monken. That is where the change is happening, and most people can't even recognize the change. They can't even recognize it. It's happening right before their eyes. They can't see it. But the mentality and the mindset is changing in Cleveland. It's somebody who comments on a lot of my stuff where I talk about how I'm excited about the Browns. And they always say the Browns are going to be the Browns until they win. And I don't even respond back to them. I kind of just laugh Because I think about the story in Atomic Habits where the British cycling team lost for 75 years straight. Every year, people were saying the exact same things. They were saying, they're just going to lose. It don't matter. They're just going to lose. It don't matter until they didn't. So I don't take it personal when people take that shot. They think, oh, it's going to get you emotional because the Browns is the Browns. I just laugh because they don't see what's coming. They don't see the mentality. They don't see the mindset shift. They don't see the culture shift. They don't see any of it. And a lot of it's because they're not looking for it. So I thought this was good, talking about leadership, talking about mentality. So always good to hear from Dr. Miles Monroe. Always good. He always says something great. Let's catch up on the chat. I think we got Maya snuck in. Where you at, Maya? Maya, what's going on? How you feeling today? What's going on, Maya? If given time to throw, I think Shedeur will find his receivers. I agree with that. Oh, you hit him with the Jodeci. Drops are not as big a deal. An issue with Shedeur. I know that's contrary to popular belief. That is true. Reading your comment, Black Pearl, just made me think of Martin when he was trying to perform with Jodeci when they were on, I think they were performing on that night show. They were performing on that night show, a night TV show on there, and he kept trying to take the stage. Ooh, yeah. Martin was pulling up his shirt and all that stuff. Just had me rolling. It just had me rolling. That's what I just thought about when I just read your comment right there. That's what I just thought about. Where we at? I chalk some of it up to time on task. They'll be much better this year. I agree. Attitude, I like it. Very interesting. This was good, D. I've listened to this probably 3 times, and I like it so much. I listened to this whole thing all the way through. Like usually on like Saturdays. Funny enough, I don't listen to that much sports stuff on Saturdays as I'm going about doing things. And a lot of stuff I'm listening to is either mindset, business related, or something with airplanes. So my mind is just in a different place. But I like this a lot. I listened to this quite a few times. Glad you like that, Zedric. Glad you like that. Where we at? Definitely because it is not like they have a coach who will hold them accountable. Yeah, they're going to hold them accountable. They're going to hold them accountable. Why get first-round picks to get your organization out of the back of the league just to trade them away? It done got goofy. Yeah, you don't have to. I don't think that's the best way to handle it. I'm with you, Arzizzle. Tessa, what's going on? How you feeling?
Well.
What is going on? Good morning, y'all. And if that common case that the Browns are winning now, they just behind. They are behind. Keep Hunt, Revelations 5-5. I wrote that down. I want to check it out. Come on, D, not another nugget. Old Cleveland media scream for change, but the only thing that they want to change in a team sport is every draft the QB position. It's a team sport, not tennis. Donnie King, that's a fact. That's the only thing I've heard them go as far as to say, you can take any team and just change the quarterback and that team will magically be better. And I just think you probably shouldn't say that out loud on camera that much because that is not how it works. If you take the best quarterback and you give him the worst scheme, it's not going to work. Like, just, they got to stop. They got to stop. AB has definitely changed. That man is excited. He's loosened up. I'm going to say maybe he and Stefanski started out with a good relationship, but in the end, somebody had to go. Glad it wasn't AB. Y'all remember Any Given Sunday, they're in the huddle, and Jamie Foxx says, it's either y'all or Willie Beeman. It's going to be y'all or it's going to be me, and it ain't going to be me. That's what AB said. It's going to be Kevin or it's going to be me, but it ain't going to be me. And it was Kevin. It was Kevin. Varnell Hill, hilarious. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought about, Black Pearl. The first thing. Yes, that would be big this year. You're not running through your routes or being lazy. You'll be on the bench. You are going to hear about that from Zion Johnson later. You're going to hear about that later. Let's see. Varno Hill, yes. When they were singing Lately and he took right over the stage, pulling his shirt up and everything. Did you miss me? Yep. Catfish in the lake. Evar, stop by say, what's going on? How you feeling? So D, from AB's PC, what nuggets or info did you gain from it? I learned that he is excited about this draft. He is definitely confident in where he's going, and he is way more flexible in doing things. Way more flexible. Also, I think he gets a kick out of them not knowing what he's going to do too. So they didn't really ask the right questions for us to get a lot of insight on how he views things, but some of his personality was shining more, where he flipped it on them when they were talking about generational talent, how he doesn't like it. He flipped it on them when he was talking about next year's quarterback, and he said, basically, you know, you got to ask your peers about that, your colleagues about that, not me. So I saw a confidence. I saw someone who was not looking over their shoulder, worried about their job. I saw someone who is excited to show last year wasn't a fluke. So that's what I took away from it. It was hard to take much away from it because they just kept going to the same thing over and over again. They want to collect quarterbacks and draft picks like Infinity Stones. That's a fact. Mic drop. We're getting past that now. To become a good team, you must acquire good players. The Browns needs to stop trading out of our picks, run away from talent. This is why we have been bad for so long. Hashtag New Cleveland. Derek, what's going on? I agree. Don't be afraid of the moment. You know, some people, they get afraid of the moment because in the moment you got to produce. But you should live for the moment. You should relish for the moment where it's on you, where your decisions are held to the standard. Your decisions are held to proof. That's why if I'm AB, I'm just like he is. I'm super confident. I'm going into it. I had free reign last year. Look what I did. I'm going into it this year. Look what I could do. I'm feeling confident about what I'm able to accomplish. So I saw someone post a pic of the Browns trading out of the Julio Jones pick. Crazy. Yes. Yep. And then you want to know the worst part about the Julio Jones trade, Cedric? When we traded the pick that could have been Julio Jones, we kept saying, now we need to find a special receiver. I was like, what?
Stop it. Get some help.
The special receiver was right there. We traded out only to say we need what we just traded back. It didn't make no sense. No sense. And it didn't really turn into much. We ended up getting the center who we only kept for a couple of years, and then he ended up leaving and going to Atlanta, which was crazy. Alex Mack. It was a disaster, man. Disaster. AB kept sneak dissing, and they ain't know. He was he was taking shots at him. Like, man, you gotta ask your people. Why are you asking me about everybody saying the quarterback is next draft is gonna be better? You gotta ask your colleagues about that. Don't ask me. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. So AB is confident. He's secure in his role. So I think AB is feeling good. I think he's feeling good. Let's see what we got. All right, we got one for Dylan Samson.
Not all come with perspective.
All right. Shout out to you. All right, I'm gonna play that later. Cedric. Shout out to you for sending me that. I keep telling people, man, Dylan Samson got an opportunity to be good. People just overlooking it, but he has an opportunity to be good. He has an opportunity to be good, and I guess the Browns agree. Let's keep it moving forward. A little bit of NBA news. We have the NBA play-in games. We got some great sports going on tonight, y'all. So we got the NBA play-in games. The first play-in games are pretty good, but we got the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Orlando Magic. I think I like Charlotte. I like Charlotte in this game. And then we have Golden State versus the Phoenix Suns. I like Golden State. They got the heart of a champion. You saw what they did going against the Clippers, putting the Clippers out. So actually, I like the two lower seeds. In this, but we got NBA back. We got official playoffs starting tomorrow. We got Cavs at 1:00. I'll be watching that game. We also have Lakers. They're Lakers and Houston Rockets. They're the ABC game, so I'll be tapping in to that game too. So playoffs are here. We're gonna incorporate a little bit more NBA, more specifically the Cavs. Some LeBron coverage because I'm a LeBron fan. So just let y'all know we're going to cover it more. Cedric said, my internet back, so I'll be tapped in tonight. Felix, what's going on? Hey, meeting's getting away. Tell them you got a standing meeting at 10:30. You got a standing meeting at 10:30, Felix. They can't be getting in the way. This ain't the year to trade back or up. I'm with you. Take the best receiver. I agree. Also, my favorite boxer, Alycia Baumgardner. She's fighting tonight. It's going to be on ESPN and ESPN Plus. She is fighting somebody who I think has knockout power. The person she's fighting has knockout power, has 7 KOs, 17 or not 17-1. She is 19-3-3 with 10 KOs. I'm sorry. So a lot of sports going on tonight. I'm excited for it. But y'all know I'm going with Alycia Baumgardner. I'm going with the bomb. That's what I want to see win. But this is going to be a really good fight. They are actually fighting men's rules, so it's going to be 3-minute rounds. So endurance is definitely going to play a factor later in the fight. But I'm going with Alycia Baumgardner. That's what I'm going for the win. That's what I'm going. Let's see what we got next up. My favorite player in the WNBA.
Alycia Wilson, man.
Hold on, let me pause this. My favorite player in the WNBA is Alycia Wilson. Alycia Wilson is my favorite player in the WNBA. She got the bag, y'all. She got the bag. Where we at?
I got money.
This is how Alycia Wilson is walking around. Biggest contract in WNBA history. She got a 3-year, $5 million deal. Shout out to Alycia Wilson. Let's hear the Club 520 podcast speak on it.
Highest pay in W history, 3 years, 5 M's. They compare her to Diana Taurasi's career. She played 20 years and got 1.4 on the re-up. Alycia Wilson got, 5 M's, 3 years. Shout out to the GOAT, one of the best to ever do it in the W. Hell of a contract. Love to see the ladies get paid right now. It's been a crazy free agency.
20 years, bro, like 1.4, nigga. That's a real job.
Yeah. Granted, now
shit.
Taurasi got a lot of chicken overseas. I know she even got paid a lot of money to sit out the season. But
that's USD, but I'm just saying.
She could have made that at a normal job in 20 years.
Yeah.
Real shit. Like, I feel like a teacher would make that in 20 years, bro.
Nah, not 1.4. They deserve it.
1.4? What teachers make, like 50?
That's like
some
1.4 in 20 years.
Yeah, carry the one.
Yeah, he ain't
Carry the one. Oh, man, just crack me up when people do math live because it seems easy, but you really got to be on top of it to get it on point. But shout out to the Las Vegas Aces. Shout out to Alycia Wilson. I was nervous because I wasn't hearing news, but my Vegas Aces, they re-signed Chelsea Gray, the point guard. They re-signed Jackie Young, number 1 overall pick. She's a beast. They brought in Trinity Carter, which I was surprised. They also brought Dana back. So I'm excited for the Las Vegas Aces. They are trying to repeat, and I think they're gonna be able to do it. Sorry, Art Jizzle, but the Fever, they don't want it with the Aces, man. They don't want it with the Aces. Las Vegas Aces, y'all know how you riding. Y'all know it. So shout out to Alycia. I was wondering why it took so long to announce her deal, but now I see why. And Trinity Carter and Dana, who we re-signed, 6 Woman of the Year candidate, supposedly they had beef, but they showed a video of them. They was out to eat together, so it was just on-court beef. But I think that's going to make for good on-ball defense. That's going to make our bench stronger. So I like what the Aces are doing. We trying to run it back. We trying to run it back. So, you know, throughout the summer, y'all can hear more about the Aces because that's my favorite team. Y'all gonna hear about it. Let's see. Browns letting people know they don't need no more running backs. If they took one late, they can take one late. But I think Dylan Sampson, a lot of people been writing off Dylan Sampson. I don't understand why they want to write off Dylan Sampson, but I'm like, he's going to be utilized. Dylan Sampson is very similar to Keaton Mitchell or I think, was it R.J. Hill that played for Baltimore? Baltimore had Derrick Henry, who's a big bruising back, but look at the other backs they had. They fit the exact mold. They fit the exact mold of Dylan Sampson. And Dylan Sampson and Keaton Mitchell probably have the same level of explosiveness, but they're not big backs. So they just let y'all know that we still believe in Dylan Sampson, even if the fans might not believe in him. So I think he's going to have a great year. I like Alycia. Yeah, Alycia Baumgardner got that power. She just got to protect herself in this fight because she's going against somebody who also has knockout power. So just be careful. Just be careful. Be careful. She got to protect herself. I'm saying it again. If Andrew Berry, yes, I type his full name. Tate pick 6. No Tate, fire him on the spot. Then you're not a real winning football team. Winner does not shoot themselves in the foot. I ain't gonna go that far. I'm not gonna say fire him if he don't take Tate, because it's not like they have full control. It's picks in front of them. So and Tate is. I want Tate at 6, but he's not the only receiver that can come in and make plays and make things happen for the Browns. So of course he's my number 1 pick, but I'm not saying the draft is over if we miss out on Tate. Y'all, I'm mad. The NFL using Shedeur to up the viewing of the draft. Sorry, I digress. They saw what happened last year, and they're like, we're gonna make sure that we take advantage of this opportunity. That's what they're doing. It's a new era. I'm going to believe differently until they give me a reason not to. That's where I'm at. That's right. Must be the money. For real. D, I hear impromptu live tonight. Oh, there's going to be too much going on. Potentially, we could have had an impromptu live, but next week, I'm going to be doing so many live streams. Next week, we doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, normal. Then we doing Thursday night. We doing Friday night. And then potentially Saturday. So that I'm basically doing 6 live streams next week. So, you know, old people, we don't prepare for the day when it get here. We prepare for next week a week ago. So I already been preparing myself. Like, man, I can't I can't do 3 or 4 hour live streams next week knowing that I'm gonna be streaming so much toward the end of the week, keep myself fresh. So we gotta do it. Gotta do it. Where we at? Oh, we left off. Where we at? We right here. Got Trinity Carter too. Yep. It ain't far off. I'm standing on it as long as Shedeur says, and I'm standing on it as long as Shedeur is there. You better win a chip. If not, start believing him. And he is him. You deserve to be the laughingstock of the league. Get picked 6 and 24 wide receivers. I ain't gonna take it that far. Browns need to draft for skill position weapons first, and they can address online. They've already addressed it. Someone free agency focus on skill players. Hashtag New Cleveland. I want both. I don't think it's a either or. I think you can get both. I think it's an either or. I mean, I want both. I'm sorry. I don't think it's an either or. This is AB first draft without the pedestrian stake nasty. I think it's going to be different this year. I think it's going to be a good draft, and I'll grade it based on his performance. Rashida, what's going on? How you feeling? Good morning. D, did you see Cam and the wrestler go at it? Please show it. Too funny. I did see that. I'll see if we got time to get to it. I did see that. He yanked Cam right smooth over that desk. Kevin didn't know how to use Samson. He did not. Samson's going to thrive under market watch. I agree with that. D, Ivy League Andrews trading Jerry Booty, drafting 2 linemen and 3 wide receivers, 4.4, 4.7 speed and good route running. They have trade capital and depth. I don't know. See, it's hard to trade Jerry Jeudy now because his value is pretty low. So I wouldn't trade him this year. Alycia is low key a baddie too. Yeah, I would say this. Alycia Baumgardner look good, but I was drawn to her because she be knocking people out. That right hand is vicious. Samson is good, but if Love is available at 6, I'll take him. I don't know if I would add running back. It would have to be some. No, I wouldn't take Love at 6. I'll just say it. I wouldn't take Love at 6. I wouldn't. We keep saying and tagging this new Cleveland, but we keep having the same loser mentality of old Cleveland media. No, D, if they really want him, they can trade up and not down to go get him. Man, I disagree with you, Donnie. The wide receiver talent in this draft is too deep to give up draft capital to go get one. No, I disagree with that. If the Cleveland Browns were one player away, you make those aggressive moves. You do what the Rams are doing. The Browns are not one player away. So you cannot trade additional capital for a wide receiver. I would not do that. I would not do that. D, are you on live stream when the draft is on? Yes, we're live streaming Thursday night for the first round. I think it's the second and third round, or the second to fourth round on the second night. We live streaming for that, and then potentially if we still got energy, we might live stream Saturday too. So next week, a lot of live streams. Denzel Boston will be good if Tate is gone. I like Denzel Boston a lot. I would like to see Lemon in a Browns uniform. Yeah, it's so much talent. I don't think one wide receiver will make or break it. Of course, I have an idea of who I want the most, but would I give up early capital for a wide receiver? I would not do that. I would not. Y'all not listening to AB. He keeps telling you young and developing players. Donnie, I think that goes against what you just said. If he's saying young and developing players, why would you trade draft picks for one player? Young and developing players with an S, players is plural. That means multiple. I don't see them trading draft capital just to secure Cardinal Tate. I don't see it. It doesn't fit with what they're trying to do. Was that real or was that a skit with Cameron? I think that was a skit. Simpson might be in the Keaton Mitchell, Justice Hill role. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name. I thought it was Justice Hill. Janky can be a 2 or a 3, but not a 1. He can't handle that pressure and responsibility. Yeah, he danced around too much. Last year's draft, I thought was a bust. After the season. I know it was his best. Yeah, it was his best. Cleveland needs stars. Tate will be a star. Where's a better fit? A great story about his mom. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just disagreeing with trading additional capital for him. Crown Woman Collective, what's going on? Good morning, y'all. Off topic, but you see the Heisman Travis new video on YouTube. He is so little now. I'm concerned for him. I don't think he's that much smaller, but you definitely gonna lose weight going through an injury. But also think about this, Crown Woman Collective. The season don't start for 4 months. Preseason is in 4 months, so he has time to put on whatever weight he lost. I would take Sadiq before Love. Yeah, I think for what we need and what we have, I just don't see. I don't see the value in taking Love at 6. I've been doing mock drafts and a lot of good players to be picked up. It is. There isn't a definite number 1 receiver because if Tyson wasn't a guy with injury history, he'd be rated with number 1 receiver. I agree with that. Tyson would be rated number 1. I'm good with the running back room in year 2. Let's talk running back based on what happens this year. I agree with that. He been in rehab and probably can't build the muscle yet. I agree with that. I start watching NFL because of Shedeur. I stopped watching when all that happens to AK. Where we at? Judy has only a little more value than Dylan. His cap hit is $6 million more than benching him. Yeah, I don't think his value is there. Tate will be at 6. I'm not worried about that. I'm not trading up or down. 6 will be Tate. Got you. See that we on the same page there. Sadiq a great option also. I was watching. So Zedric, I know you remember this. Zedric, you remember the other day when I think it was Black Pearl asked me Tate or Sadiq at 6, and I started laughing and I said, man, it's close. And I said it's close, and I was like, but I would take Tate over Sadiq at 6. And then when I was talking about Sadiq, I was saying if he gave you Brock Bowers production, would it be worth it at 6? It was because I had already started watching Baltimore film and I saw how they manipulated the field with multiple tight ends. And I looked at, man, what you could do with Harold Fannin and Sadiq. I do agree with you, like 6, that is a stretch. But just getting him and Harold Fannin, man, oh man, that's something else. That is something else. Would y'all take Tyson at 24? It depends on what happened at 6. If we got Cardinal Tate at 6, I'm not taking Tyson at 24. If we go lineman at 6, I'm nervous about Tyson's injuries. I'll just be honest with you. I'm nervous about it. I don't think I would take him in the first round. This is not a knock on his talent. This is saying I don't want to see him go in the first round. This is me saying I'm just nervous. The Browns are in a spot where they're building for the future. So I don't know if I don't know if they can take that risk with taking Tyson due to his injuries. Tate is a problem solver. Cleveland Browns offense. We need a ball catcher. Definitely not dropping him. We all saw last season. I agree with you there. Rather have Lemon at 24. Yeah. At 24, I wouldn't mind Lemon. I wouldn't mind Denzel Boston. So, yeah, it's options. I don't know. I'm just very nervous of his injury history. Very nervous of that. TK, what's going on? How you feeling? Imagine if we had Sadiq and Fannin. That would be crazy work. I think Monken likes to use tight ends, right? That's if we don't take Tate or move down. He likes to use tight ends. And I'm telling you, I was watching the film. I was like, the way he moves fullbacks around. And I was just, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. I don't think Lemon will be there at 24. Yeah, he probably won't be there at 24. That makes sense. I hadn't done that. Do you think if they drafted Oscar Delp, he could fill that role? He potentially could, and they could get him later, and they could also get receivers. So that's why I was excited about Delp. Delp could fill that role. I would say like Sadiq would be the ultimate person to use in that role, and then Delp would be high up on the list where he could do some similar things. He just don't have that speed of Sadiq. Taking injury-prone players in the first round is a big risk. Yeah, I don't think they could take that risk. I want to see Alycia and Clarissa, though. Clarissa too big. Carissa's way too big. For Alycia Baumgardner to fight Clarissa Shields would have to come down to 150s. I don't see Clarissa Shields being able to get down to 150s. She walks around at like 175. You can see it. I don't think she could go down that far. And then you got to look at Alycia Baumgardner, who walks around like 120, 130. Even her getting up to 150 is her putting on a lot of weight. So it's one of those things where the weight classes just aren't close enough. I don't think they'll ever fight. Just because, and mainly it's because of weight. And Clarissa would put herself at a disadvantage losing 30 pounds to fight Alycia Baumgardner. She would put herself at a disadvantage. Plus, then you got to look at rehydration clauses, because if she normally walks around at 175, she drops all the way down to 150 at the weigh-in. By the time they fight, she might be back up to 160. Then you looking at a 160-pounder fighting somebody who probably can max out at like 140. It ain't gonna happen. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much weight. It's too much weight for both of them. It's too much for Clarissa to come down, and it's too much for Alycia to go up. Way too much. Way too much. Tyson won't be there at 24. He's rising again. I don't think they moved off him being drafted high internally from what they're saying now. Yeah, I mean, skill set is there, but it just makes me nervous. 129 pounds. Yeah, Alycia Baumgardner's small. She is small. She is small. She's not big, so that weight is going to be a big issue for them to ever fight. Let's keep it moving forward. Let's switch over. Let's go this way.
Options certainly on the.
So I didn't get to this the other day, but this is Emory Hunt talking about how he views the quarterbacks. So I want y'all to hear this. I heard this, and then I started looking more into Taylen Green. Brent, you're going to like this. Your boy's on the show today. So you're going to like this next video after this one, Brent.
The table for the Browns in this one. One guy I want to ask you about as well is Ty Simpson. It's pretty much it feels like it's a given that Mendoza's going 1 to the Raiders. The next quarterback likely to be Simpson. How do you view him, and where do you think he could be in play?
Ty Simpson is my QB6, so I am not as high on Ty Simpson.
QB6. All right. No, you're not.
QB6.
This is the QB that they keep talking about. Man, oh man, Emory Hunt is not high on him at all.
So, for me, I feel like he is a guy that can, he could be a starter in the league. I have him behind, Carson Beck. So I just feel like when we look at Simpson, the solid passing mechanics, all of those things, the placement was outstanding when you look at him earlier in the year, especially the Missouri game. I thought he made some insane throws against Missouri. And the footwork quickness is good, so that allows him to get the top of his drop faster where he can have more time to scan the field to get the ball out accurately. Problem is, versus pressure, all of that goes awry. So that's the biggest issue. The NFL is 60 minutes of pressure for 17 straight weeks. And how you navigate pressure is going to be key. And he's very streaky. So when he's on, he's on. When he's not, he's not. And I know people will say, oh, well, he was banged up. Well, we can't use that all the time when he has a bad game. Like, you can't be out here balling versus Montana Baptist and then, oh, yeah, he's 100%. Then go out here versus, Auburn and struggle. Or, yeah, he was hurt. Like, you can't have it both ways. Either you're healthy or you're not. But I feel like the consistency is where he has to find a way to flatline his game.
What quarterback, is there somebody that if in a few years from now we look back at this who goes, we'll call it day 2, even early day 3, is there a quarterback in this class that you think we could look back and be like, oh, yeah, we missed on that, this guy who could end up being a starter in this league?
I would say Taylen Green. He's my number 2 QB. And the reason why I like him, very much Randall Cunningham.
Taylen Green, number 2 QB. I heard this the first time I played it when I listened to it on my own. And I thought about it. I said, man, Emory Hunt is really high on Taylen Green. Let me look into him more. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to look into Taylen Green a little bit more. So let me catch him on the chat, and then we will watch it. Where we at? Yeah, Alycia Baumgardner, she is small. Is there anyone in Claricia's class that would be competitive for her? I don't think so. It's just not that many. Like, the size in boxing, the bigger classes, the higher weight classes, it's just like less competitive because there's not that many people that just go up to that weight. So for her, that's one of the big issues is all of the people who go up to her weight, they just don't have the experience as her. So to me, she's always going to be facing lesser competition unless a young up-and-coming fighter from overseas or something comes over to fight her, and that'll be it, because it's just the weight class is not there. It's not there. That's why she's moved weight classes so many times. If you look at Clarissa Shields, which I think is one of the pluses for her, she's changed weight classes a lot to go find better competition because it's just not there at her size. It's not there. QB6 got to be the experience. He is not high on him at all. I've heard them saying that Ty Simpson is the best QB in this draft. See, this is what I like. I like for people to stamp what they truly feel, because then we can let it play out. I don't want people to really believe Ty Simpson is the best and not say it. If you believe he's the best, say it. If you believe he's number 6, say it. We can stamp it. And then we could kind of grade how your eye works. So I don't mind it. Ty should have went to another college team. I heard Miami wanted him before they got Mensa. Yeah, he should have went to another college team. But it was the opportunity where he's thinking, man, I could get overdrafted because, man, what's Oregon's quarterback? His name is slipping my mind right now for some reason. But Oregon's quarterback went back. So he like, I'm here. I'm entering the draft. And then Oregon QB went back. So it just works out for him. I trust Emory's opinion because he watches a lot of film, a ton of film. That's higher than what the majority have him at. He was running from next year competition. Man, oh man, it shows. All right, so let's get to it. I started watching this yesterday, and I was like, man, it's a good interview. Fair use of me using this. Barstools, man, let me live. Dante Moore, thank you, Black Pearl. You notice now they keep saying Ty is the son of a coach, but use it as a negative against Shedeur. Yep, I noticed that. They're tripping. They're tripping. This is Taylen Green. I want y'all to see. I like his confidence. I like his mindset. Let's go.
Genty, one of the best players in the country, well, the best player in the country.
He's got a hammer, doesn't he?
Yeah, he do.
But you guys shredded Las Vegas. I mean, it's by far as good as you guys looked at Boise with you. I mean, you guys are doing some great stuff.
We have something to prove, you know.
Look at your coordinator.
Yeah, I
up
tell
there.
you, he's a motivator. He gets us right. I'll run through a brick wall for him.
Who is that?
That's Bush Hamden.
Write his name down. See how you lit up when you saw him?
Yeah.
Write his name down. Make sure you got his phone number.
Oh, we still talk?
And you make sure you keep him in your circle when you start on this next journey. And this is a great accomplishment, man. Being the MVP, winning the Mountain West Championship. Why wouldn't you stay at Boise? I mean, they obviously love you. Look at all that stuff you're wearing.
Yeah, it was blinged up. Yeah.
Why the hell would you not want to stay here?
Yeah, I mean, with Coach Danielson and just the had a different OC, got to dance, you know, got to celebrate.
That's some really weak shit right there.
What you mean?
That's some
Got to celebrate. You got to have fun. Yeah, but
You don't got to clown. You don't got to clown his dancing like that. You don't have to clown his dancing like that. I'm telling you, I was watching this and I was like, man, I like him. I like him. Unlike the Cleveland Microphones, Mr. Hunt is an actual talent evaluator. Hey, it's something about those hunts. It's something about those hunts. Did not realize he was at Boise before. Yeah, 2 years at Boise. Let's get the likes up. Definitely get the likes up, y'all. Good to show him. They never talk about him. John Gruden was talking to him, and I was like, man, the more I listened to him, I was like, I like his mindset.
You know, Coach Bush, he went to Kentucky as well. So unfortunately, you know, with that move, had to, you know, hit the transfer portal. And I love my Hogs, man. I love my Hogs.
So do I. I mean, you go out there, play for Coach Pittman.
Yeah, that's my guy.
He's a hell of a coach.
So I like that. He let him fully explain why he ended up leaving Boise, because things look to be on the up and up, but his coaches left, and his coaches leaving, he went to go somewhere else, which is that makes sense. It happens. It's part of what happens in college football now. Let's skip forward a little bit. There's a couple parts I definitely want to get to, but this was also something that I thought was really good. Detroit Gemini, you were asking me about pro level and is there just a conference or a team? It's actually things that they require of you, like for instance, a quarterback that would make it a pro style or pro level. And Taylen Green has been put in position to make pro level decisions, and I'll highlight one of them right here.
Make a big difference today with you. We're not going to talk about all these close games you lost at Arkansas.
It's not there yet. It's the next part we'll get to, but we're going to get there. It's the last clip I have.
Forever.
Yeah.
But I want it to fucking piss you off.
Yeah.
Okay? Because we can't let this happen again. 4th and 1. We're
Gruden, come on, man. Earmuffs.
going in to close them out. We get stuffed. The other one is this. What's this formation you call at Arkansas? Hurry.
Cluster right.
Now, what happens here is we get sacked and potentially we get knocked out of field position.
Yes, sir.
And I'm trying to be negative because we lost all these close games. So I'm figuring it's got to be a play here. It's got to be a play there. Maybe if we just had a protection audible, if we keep the
I didn't see it, Beast. So what was it on? So I can try to search for it and find out. Because Ms. Brown asked me about it. You asked me about it. What's going on, Beast? What was it on an interview? Give me a little bit more information. I'll see if I can find it. Because I didn't see it.
Tight end in on the left, and the back goes over there to help him on the left. We call it lava. If we do it to the right, we call it rock. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
If we're in cluster right and you feel like it's an all-out blitz, we're going to stop the game. Lava, lava, lava. We're changing to protection. You love it?
Yes, love it.
Okay, so what we do is we don't just sit around and bitch about, we had Oklahoma State.
Gruden got no filter.
Man.
My bad
I know
on his
you
language.
got the mental firepower to handle all this shit.
Yes,
And you love it, don't you?
Love it.
You like what we're doing here?
Love it.
Good. I love you too, man. Make a note about this Mississippi State, circle it. 2024 Mississippi State. This is the standard I'm holding you to. You with me?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember this game?
Yes, sir.
What'd you do to their ass?
Shredded them.
Shredded them. And that's what I want to do to everybody. I want to shred them all. This is Randall Cunningham right here. Look at you hiding the damn ball behind your back. Fire, man.
Get
I mean, there was like 100 touchdowns in this game.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this play right here, running to your right. I mean, this is fun to watch, man. I mean, you got to be the top pick in the draft. I mean, we can run any play I do.
All right, now we're going to get to it. He takes coaching, which I think is good. And then this is the last point where I was talking about pro style, like decision making. So let's get to it. I want to show y'all here. And I'm also trying to find the Brian Kelly thing. Because you're the second person to ask about it.
Rock. You got to rock that thing.
Rock it. When in doubt, rock it.
Rock it.
The most eye-opening play for me in this game, you got to be clear with me. What formation are we in?
We're in trips right.
You're in trips right, and you stopped the game right here, and you changed the play. What the hell were you doing? Tell me.
I finally got the check right. I got the exact check right. It was LL semi. You got a 4 verts. We knew they was going to play a 2 trap to it, and that Mike took the vertical, and I knew I had my running back on it.
This is phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
You know,
I got it right the second time.
You can take all the running plays, the exciting scrambles, all that shit you can do is awesome.
So when you ask, what is something that's pro style? Pro style is being able to make checks at the line of scrimmage. Checks at the line of scrimmage are when you are changing the protection. So Gruden was just telling him, oh, Lava, when you want them to block left. Or I can't think of what he said for right, but Lava was left, something else was for right. And you're checking to make sure everybody's blocked. On this play, he saw that if they ran all verts and they could get that Mike linebacker to follow up the middle because the safeties were split, he knew the running back out the backfield would be wide open. He made that check. That is a pro-style check that he went through. That's a pro-style check that he went through. He identified what the defense was doing. He identified what the weakness was. He attacked that weakness to be successful. That's what quarterbacks do in the NFL. That's something he was doing in college. That is pro-style decision-making and reading the defense. Pro-style is just not under one bucket or basket. It's a lot of different chapters to pro-style, I would say. And that's some of the chapters that are in it. Reading the defense, attacking the defense, getting your team into the right play that could do it. So this is something he did. That would be pro-style. He also, his offensive coordinator was Bobby Petrino, same offensive coordinator for Lamar Jackson back in the day at Louisville.
But this is the best, most impressive play you've made at Arkansas.
Yes,
right
sir.
here. Because you stopped the game, you recognized what they were doing, you communicated it, and it allowed you to execute at a high level, and you're winning in the pocket.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
What's your snap?
All right, so I thought that was good. This is it's over an hour long, but this is Taylen Green. I watched this. I like his style. I like his personality. I like his confidence and his ability to be coached. He didn't run from any situations when they were talking about you could do this better or you can work on this. So I like it. So why was they saying that Shedeur don't play pro style? Because I know I've seen Shedeur do that plenty of times. They were using it to knock Shedeur. When you hear pro style, it's one of those things where it could be taking snaps under center because you take more snaps under center. It could be reading out the defense and changing the play based on that. It could be changing protection. So they have to say specifically what they're talking about when they say that for you to understand what they mean. Because anything could be under the umbrella of it's not pro style. All right, let's see. Oh, shout out to Prentice Premier. Prentice Premier, was you on top of it? No, that's not. I thought it was Prentice Premier. All right, let's see. I think I found it. All right, I think I found it. Let's go here. Let's copy the link. All right, let's see what this is about because you are the second person to ask me about this. So let's see what this is about. Let's see what Brian Kelly is talking about.
We want to ask.
All right, I believe I found it. Okay, I got it here. I believe this is it. Thanks, D. Did you hear the Cleveland media try to make Monken's comments negative, saying he was taking a dig at Coach Prime, and that's why Kevin didn't play him because he wasn't ready? I didn't hear it, but I'm not surprised. They obviously never went and listened to the entire message that he said, because he even gave you an example of Brandon Whedon, who played in the spread style offense. So they're looking for any negative that they can use or they can find. They didn't want to give Shedeur credit for anything. They didn't. All right, so this is the Brian Kelly thing.
Ask you about a guy you know all too well. That would be Garrett Nussmeier.
Yeah, well, I love him.
First of all, you talk about a guy that's committed. He waited his turn behind Jaden Daniels. Could have very easily transferred in that period of time, like many others, and sought another opportunity. But he wanted to be a Tiger. He wanted to play for LSU. Obviously comes from a great, family background. And Doug Nussmeier, the offensive coordinator with the Saints and a longtime coordinator in college, he has the football IQ, and he has an incredible off-platform throwing ability. He doesn't just need to be a three-step drop. He can throw it sidearm. He can move. He can escape. I love the kid, and can't wait to see what happens in the NFL.
What will he have to do to take it to the NFL level and hang around for a long time?
Well, obviously the injuries really set him back this year. So the quarterback position, you're going to get hit. That's just the nature of it. He's not going to be Shedeur Sanders. He's not going to run away from contact. He's going to have to take some contact. So staying healthy is going to be really important. If he does, he's going to deliver the ball to playmakers.
What? I don't even know what he's trying to say. Let me go back. Do y'all understand what he's trying to say? I don't know what he's trying to say. He said he's not going to be Shedeur Sanders. I don't know what that means.
Kid, and can't wait to see what happens in the NFL.
What will he have to do to take it to the NFL level and hang around for a long time?
Well, obviously the injuries really set him back this year. So the quarterback position, you're going to get hit. That's just the nature of it. He's not going to be Shedeur Sanders. He's not going to run away from contact. He's going to have to take some contact. So staying healthy is going to be really important. If he does, he's going to deliver the ball to playmakers.
We want to ask.
He is not going to run away from contact. He's not going to be Shedeur Sanders. I don't even know why he said his name. I think he just said his name to get clicks on it. I think this is like clickbait. If you put Shedeur's name in it, people see it and they talk about it. I don't understand. I don't understand what he's trying to say. He's saying he's not mobile like Shedeur? Man, I watched Garrett Nussmeier. I watched Garrett Nussmeier all last year. It is some stuff that he does well. But Garrett Nussmeier, he gets rattled in games and his decision making goes down the toilet. I think you can articulate your point without adding Shedeur's name to that. And because when did people start using Shedeur as the meter for who's mobile and who's not mobile? Because all they told us last year before Shedeur ever played was that he wasn't mobile. So was Shedeur really mobile and they were lying last year when they said it? Like, I don't know. I don't know what point he's trying to make. Maybe y'all know what he's trying to say. Because this don't make sense to me. Because they said Shedeur was mobile, so comparing him to Shedeur, if Shedeur is not mobile, to me, this is just to get people. To me, this is to get people to click on this so he can hype up Garrett Nussmeier. Shedeur takes hits and stands there, delivers the ball. What's the purpose of bringing up Shedeur? It sounds like he's calling Shedeur soft. I believe he's trying to say Shedeur won't stand in the pocket and he runs away. Talk about Shedeur running backwards early in the season. Yeah, it's too much room for interpretation where this don't make sense to me. That don't even make sense. Why would a QB want to constantly be hit? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I have less of a reaction after actually hearing it. At the very least, he is not articulating his point clearly. At the very least, it is not clear what he means. If you use the English language and this is supposed to be an analyst, how do we leave this not understanding clearly what you mean? I don't know. I don't know. We listened to it twice. He don't even know what he's trying to say. Out of all the QBs, he brought up Shedeur. Shedeur takes contact all the time. I thought that's the dig they had against Shedeur, right? Too many sacks. I don't know if it's negative or positive. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know exactly what he's trying to say. I don't know what he's trying to say. These people are nuts, that's all. Shedeur is the bar for these QB draft prospects. They don't measure up. Yeah, the guy who they crushed in the draft don't measure. I don't know, man. I do not know what he is saying. You're right. If you listen to the whole thing, it wasn't negative. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's negative or positive. I don't know what it is. Shedeur had a bad O-line, so he had to extend and evade plays. Nussmeier doesn't. It is clickbait, but that's what he meant. That don't match with what happened last year with Garrett Nussmeier, though. It don't really match. If you go back to watching Garrett Nussmeier last year, how did he end up injured from taking hits? Garrett Nussmeier didn't get injured because he wasn't taking hits. So the offensive line thing don't really make sense either. Go back and watch last year. Garrett Nussmeier was extending plays. He was running around too. I watched these quarterbacks. I watched them play. I think at the very least, you can say it's not clear exactly what he means. If we have this many questions, if we have this many different ways we can interpret it, then it don't make sense to me. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. He talking in code. D, I stopped thinking about it. Foolishness don't need no explaining. They were always lying till he started playing. Talking points had no more sting to it because we could all see it clearly. Shedeur is one of the toughest QBs. He bugging. Yeah, they treat Shedeur like he is a 10-year Super Bowl MVP. It's so weird. It's negative. It's a jab at Shedeur. He just using Shedeur name unnecessarily. I mean, that's my initial thought is that's what he's doing. He just saying Shedeur's name. The first thing Mel said, I'm with New Cleveland. Haters can't rent no space in my mind. It depends on whose side you're on, how you take it. It's one of those take it how you want it statements. I agree with that the most. The first thing Mel Kiper said about Shedeur is he is tough as nails, is his quote. Yeah, I mean, we know Shedeur's tough. Look at Shedeur's first year at Colorado when he took all those sacks. He got hit all those times and what it did to his back. So I can't wait for the draft so Shedeur's name can rest and the young can enjoy his peace of mind. I don't think this is something to really impact Shedeur, but this don't make sense to me, y'all.
Have you ever had a dream that you want to?
Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Beast, Miss Brown, I tried to listen. I wanted to give you my opinion. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel no type of way. I'm not angry. I'm upset. Like it's words. You know what I'm saying? Like what did he say? Words. I don't feel no type of way. Like I don't know. I feel nothing actually. I feel nothing from this. So it's his clip notes from his media boss to say insert Shedeur Sanders here. I mean, honestly, that's what it sounds like. Last night Shedeur posted a front on IG. Wonder what that means. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till I'm gonna wait to hear more. I'm gonna wait to hear more from Shedeur. But this right here, I don't know what this is, man. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. All right, let's keep it moving. I don't know. I'm sorry. Hopefully I didn't let y'all down, but I don't know. D, you even rewind it back to get him right, but still didn't help, huh? It did not. Like he said some words, man. I tried. Like and the funny thing is, like, people want to box you in and like assume that you always going stuff closed minded. But I went into this thing with an open mind, just trying to listen, and then I listened again, and I was just like, okay, I don't know, man. I don't know. Man, talk to me like you're explaining something to a little kid. Talk to me like you're explaining something to a little kid. Like, I don't know, man. Don't put all these hidden messages in what you're trying to say. Talk to me like you are talking to a little kid. Don't don't do me that way. Don't have me out here trying to decipher the code. Like, I don't know. Zedric, it's funny. It's funny you brought that up. I saw this and I was just laughing. I was like, oh, okay. Man, how they switch up. What we got next? We got some interviews. Did we get this?
It is optional. You know.
All right, y'all. We're going to get to the Browns. Browns is the main event of this thing. We're going to get to the Browns.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Main event is going to be all Browns. So we got Isaiah McGuire. We're going to talk about how he views Rudy, our new defensive coordinator. We got Zion Johnson talking about Ty Monken and also the offensive line coach. Then we're going to get to we're going to get to AB and his press conference yesterday. We're going to get to it. Let's see. Like Bucky said, the Sanders on their minds. They are not on the Sanders' mind. Facts. Yeah, double whopper. Might have to get the crayons out for this one. For real. Like, man, I want to color in the lines. I don't want to figure that out. So many people making money, it's not even funny. Bucky said people do anything for money these days. He is absolutely right. That's a fact. I don't know what that was. Let's go.
You know, whether you have to be here or don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. It's voluntary. Is that one of the reasons why it was super important to be here to kick things off here at the off-season program?
For sure. And obviously, you know, we have a few different new faces and Coach Rudy and some other people that are assistants and just I would say the coaching staff as a whole, you know, from the offense standpoint, obviously a new head coach. So it's important to get familiar with faces. I'm not the best at names, so that's why it's a stepping stone for, you know, each and every day.
Your first impression of Coach Rudy. We had him in here, and it was supposed to be about a 10 to 12-minute get-to-know-you interview. And at the 25-minute mark, I had to literally come in and force the stop because he had a meeting he had to be in. He's amazing, high intensity, but your first impression when you met him?
Energy, young, enthusiastic, and very personable, which, you know, is greatly appreciated. Like I said, he wants to get to know everyone on a personal level, you know, their background, how they got here, what are their goals, and, you know, how can we all get that meshed into one direction to be the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah, that was his big takeaway with us. It wasn't so.
I like this, man. The coaches that are coming in, first off, nobody told them that you were supposed to come here to lose. They didn't get that memo. Secondly, they are getting to know the players. They want to know what the players' goals are. They want to see how they can work so the players achieve their goals and the team has success. So I really appreciate the mindset change that is happening right before people's eyes in Cleveland. It's happening right before people's eyes. So, let's see. Chase had good things to say about Shedeur. The narrative is changing. Yeah, I think he just switched it up. I think he switched it up. Both good interviews. I agree with that, Zedric. It's sad so many people use Shedeur name in their thumbnails for clicks. That's a fact. Chase Daniels is trying to be back on our side. He was talking a lot of ish about Shedeur, but try to get back on the good side. I agree with that. Let me just say, I don't like Chase Daniels in my Mike Tomlin voice. Detroit Gemini said, I don't trust him one bit. Isaiah is calmer than I thought. Yeah, Tika, based on how he plays, you would not think he was this calm, but he plays. It's just saying in football, play like your hair's on fire. He plays like his hair's on fire. So I thought that was good. I think Buddy was trying to say he can't escape contact like Shedeur. Yeah, I just say make it plain for me. make it plain for me. Make it plain for me. This is Alycia McGuire. Go check it out. Number 57. A lot of energy on the defensive line. Been with the Browns for a couple years now. So just ready to see how they mold and shape this defense into what it's going to be this year. I'm very excited for that. Very excited for that. D give Chase all the smoke button. Oh, we're gonna bring Chase up. So we're gonna get Chase together once we after Zion Johnson, we'll bring up the two clips that Zedric sent me before we get to AB. This is Zion Johnson. Y'all know I like his energy. Y'all know Zion Johnson, I like his energy. I like the way he speaks and he makes it clear. So I like listening to Zion Johnson. Here we go. He's going to ask Zion Johnson. Remember the last time I played the interview with Ciliano? Man, y'all almost had me in tears. I think y'all had me in tears that day. But we're not gonna get distracted today. This is Zion Johnson speaking on Todd Monken.
You coach so far. How have you and Todd Monken hit it off?
Coach Monken is awesome. Just the way that he conceptualizes the game. The way that he thinks about things offensively, I think it's very like next level. It's something that I think is really going to help our team, and I'm just really excited for us to delve even deeper into the plays and really establish our identity as an offense.
I'm sure we will see it eventually. The Browns' great content team will get it out there eventually. But what was that first meeting like? He's waited his whole life, Monken has. Like to get up there before an NFL
Don't do it,
team.
Black Pearl. Don't do it.
What was that like?
Don't do it.
It was electric. A lot of energy. It was a great talk that we had, and he really talked about our identity going forward, and what we strive to be as a team, and I thought it really juiced everybody in the room up.
Was there cursing, Zion?
There might have been a few here and there, but that's how it is. There's a lot of energy in football.
What is the identity, dude? Because I think he wants to run the ball. I think he's made that pretty clear. I think you would appreciate that as well. What was the identity message?
I think some of the core parts that stuck out to me is just effort and energy. He showed one of the clips that I remember was a clip of a wide receiver running off a corner on a screen, and he really honed in on that play and was like, people look at the running back catching the slip screen and going for 30 yards, but the energy and the effort here from this wide receiver, taking his job seriously, running this corner off with full speed, that's what made this play. And I think, for our identity as a team in general, a lot of it is going to be energy, effort, physicality, but more than everything is execution. One of the things that he said that I remember was almost gets you beat. There's a lot of times where you have a play where everything's drawn up correctly, 10 guys do their job perfectly, one guy doesn't, and you get a negative gain. You get a sack, you get an interception, and we're going to be on top of execution, on top of our assignment, and this is where we really, hone in on that and build up that identity as an offense that executes.
I'm talking to Zion Johnson.
Oh my goodness, man. Oh man, y'all are something else. Y'all are something else. I gotta stop reading the comments for a second because I'm trying to listen. Ty Monken is highlighting execution. He's, like Zedric pointed out earlier, running guys off, the importance of it. Also, almost gets you beat. I like that message. It's simple, but it makes sense. If 10 guys do their job, one guy doesn't do his job, it gets you beat. So I like the fact that he is saying every person has to do their job. Every person. Nobody can just cut by or skate by without doing their job. Every single person. So hearing that, I'm excited. He's making it clear early on. So I'm very excited for that. And don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm trying to avoid those comments about the ears. I'm trying to stay focused, y'all. I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to lock in. Tika, I would like to see the video from that meetup too, because you know Todd was going in. You know he was going in. Coach Munkin going to be treated like a superstar. We are so happy he is the coach. He going to have his own fan club as long as he helps Shedeur shine. # New Cleveland. That's a fact. I'm trying to I'm trying to stay locked in, y'all. I'm trying to stay locked in. Y'all trying to throw me off. I'm trying my best to stay locked in. I'm trying my best. Try my best. Let's do this. Let me get what? Oh. I'm trying to stay focused, y'all. I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to stay locked in. I'm trying my best to stay locked in. It's not really working, but I'm trying. It's not working, but I'm trying to stay locked in. I'm trying to stay locked in. I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to stay focused. Woosah. Come on. Come on. Try to stay focused. Try to stay focused. Focus. All right, this is Dylan Sampson. This is what Zedric sent us. Let me pause it. Let me get to it. Trying to stay focused. I got to talk myself through it, y'all. Let me get this other clip while I'm here, too. Let me get this other one while I'm here. Where's the link at? Maybe it's the link here. Here we go. Whew. Y'all not taking me out today. Y'all are not taking me out today. I'm staying focused. Rashida. I'm trying to lock in. I'm trying. That's why I keep looking away from the chat. I'm just trying to avoid looking at the chat at all costs right now. I'm trying to. Let me get this up on the screen. Trying my best to stay focused. Stay focused. This is what the Browns put out. This is what the Browns put out for Dylan Sampson. Shout out to Zedric for sending this to us. Let's go.
Every rookie arrives with talent, but not all come with perspective. Dylan Sampson is the exception, a running back shaped by more than just yards and touchdowns. Dylan Sampson grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, starring at Dutchtown High School and surpassing future NFL Pro Bowler Eddie Lacy as the school's all-time leading rusher. When football season ended, Samson didn't slow down. He took to the track, a standout sprinter, sharpening his speed and mixing it with his high IQ to define his game. That speed carried him to Rocky Top. Over 3 seasons at the University of Tennessee, Samson steadily became one of the most productive backs in the country. As a junior, he set single-season records with 1,491 rushing yards and 22 rushing touchdowns, earning him SEC Offensive Player of the Year. Before that, Samson took a different trip to Botswana and South Africa on a sports and social change outreach tour.
It kind of put it in perspective. Even though a lot of the youth and a lot of the kids don't have probably as much resources as we do here in the United States, you know, they still have a sense of maturity, and just humbleness, it just meant a lot to me.
Samson was then selected in the 4th round by the Cleveland Browns and hit the ground running. As one half of the Browns' dynamic rookie running back duo, the speedster finished his rookie year with 446 total yards from scrimmage, including 2 receiving touchdowns.
Man, oh man, I had to go on mute for a second to lock in. I had to go on mute for a minute to lock in. The Browns are excited for Dylan Sampson next year. I'm excited for him as well. I think he's going to be good. Straight up, I'm trying. I'm trying my best. I'm fighting for my life right now. Y'all, I'm over here like this. Where am I? Where we at?
Fighting for my
Fighting for my life, y'all. Fighting for my life. I had to go on mute for a second. I'm fighting. Come on. We got this, y'all. We got this. We're going to stay focused. This is Chase Daniels. This is what he's saying now about Shedeur. Fighting for my life. Let's scroll this down some. Let's see. I thought this was interesting. I saw this the other day, but let's play it.
Offense better because he's able to get out onto the move. We've seen what Deshaun Watson can
play it from the beginning. The question is, which quarterback fits Todd Monken's offense the best? That's the question.
He's young. He fits his offense better because he's able to get out onto the move. We've seen what Deshaun Watson can do, right? When healthy, the last really great season he had was 2020. With Shedeur, though, you're building it from the ground up, meaning you have to go out there in the classroom and you have to learn the offense from day one. There's no questions asked whatsoever. And Todd Monken has an offensive mind. He's really multiple in sets. He likes a lot of 3-4 wide receivers. He's really fast-paced. He knows how to create mismatches. And the cupboard's not bare there whatsoever. You have Fannin, Judkins, and Jerry Jeudy, especially if they go and add a Boston guy in the first round as well. Shedeur's going to have a chance, or whoever's going to be playing is going to have a chance to show what they have. And with the new head coach and with a quarterback-friendly offense, coming over from Lamar Jackson, I just think that Shedeur Sanders at this point in time is probably giving them the best chance to win.
All right. It sounds good, Chase. But Chase, we didn't forget you was talking about he had to make the team first.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
It sounds good, Chase, but we did not forget. We even slowed it down. You questioned if he was even going to make the team. So it sounds good now, but we know how you truly felt. We know it. Man, oh man. Y'all are killing me. What's going on, Shanithia?
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
Come to Off the Record D, where we going to read your super chats. Your voice is going to be heard. Y'all are cracking me up. Let's get to AB. I got about 7 points. 7 points we going to hit when it comes to Andrew Berry. About 7 points that we're going to hit in this Andrew Berry interview. I bet his kids can't say nothing. Craig. Come on, Craig. Yeah, he tracked the background, put it into perspective for me. I like what they put out there about Dylan Sampson. Let's get to AB. The Cleveland media is gonna be the Cleveland media. I can't change who they are. I have to treat them according to how they are. I can't change nobody. That's not my job. All right, let's go here. We got about 7 points we're going to listen to. I believe actually 8. This is the first one.
Because it's 6 instead of 2. I know you had the talks ahead of the draft last year with the Jaguars. Do you have to wait, or the other team have to wait to see what happens 1 through 5 before you could pull off that trade?
I love how everybody last year thought we weren't trading down, and everybody this year assumes we are. I'd say this, Scott, every year is unique because the players change, your pick location change, demand, may change. So the general answer to your question is yes, the dynamics are different. But even if we were picking 2 again this year, I'd give you the same answer. Yeah.
He let them know. What they want to do is why you sounding like Pops when he tell Craig to get up. Get up, Craig. Get up, Craig. Craig, get up. Get up, Craig. What they want to do is they want to look at Andrew Berry and say, you did this last year. This equals you're going to do this year. Andrew Berry has more layers to him than that. He's not going to show his hand. If they haven't taken away anything else from Andrew Berry, he does not limit his options. every answer he's going to give you is going to equal, I'm not letting you box me in. I'm keeping my options open. I'm keeping my options open. He always answers questions that way. And they want to box you in and try to predict what you're going to do and all these things. So I always say, people put you in the box, not for good reasons. They put you in the box to limit who you are, what you do, how you do it. They never put you in the box and say, this is the most creative content creator. They put you in the box and say, all y'all do the same thing. Y'all just got a camera and a mic. That's to limit what you do. Is never to highlight what you do. Andrew Berry does not allow them to put him in the box, yet they still try. They keep trying to put him in the box. He won't let it happen. They still don't realize that. They don't realize it. Mary Kay continues to ask AB about the QB situation and if he'll draft one just to co-sign her crazy take on Ty Simpson. Their other positions of need is so disrespectful to Shedeur. It's disrespectful to Shedeur. It's disrespectful to the team to continue to ask those questions. It's disrespectful to Andrew Berry to ask him questions that would cost him portions of his competitive advantage in the draft. It's disrespectful to everybody involved. The draft is a week out. You never want to highlight or expose what you're going to do. If they are saying that the Browns are going to trade with the Cowboys and everybody's reporting it, one thing you can go for with AB is that means that's the last thing the Browns are going to do. He has a track record of proving them wrong with that. And I think he enjoys that they have no idea what he's going to do. And I didn't just start saying this now. I've been saying this for a while now, that he likes the element of surprise. He likes to spring things on them, and they're like, man, that came out of nowhere. They don't realize that. They keep doing what they do. I can't change him. I can't change him. Barry is a very interesting individual with a poker face for sure. For sure. AB is consistently consistent. Y'all not getting any info. Now they asking, can it be trusted? Code words. That's a fact. They even ask AB about having a poker face. Mary Kay voice is silence to me. QB is her only question. She never miss. Always beat real quick. Let's see if he unfolds his arms when Daniel asks his questions, checking to see if he is as guarded. That's a good point. That's a good point. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I didn't think about that. But we're gonna pay attention to that. I don't try to guess what AB is gonna do. If y'all ask me what I would do, I'll tell you. But guessing what somebody else is gonna do when you don't have control, that's a losing game. Other people, that's their choice. They can do whatever they want to do, but that's not the lane I try to live in because they've been proven wrong too much. They've been proven wrong too much. So I don't live in that lane. Browns media can't hear anything going on in the building. They need to hire ears. They need to hire ears? Oh, my goodness.
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh, my goodness. You funny, Craig. You funny. Cleveland media is lost and turned out. I'm still laughing at Craig, Black Pearl. I'm still laughing at Craig. Oh, let's get back to Andrew Berry. Talk to him.
Had that mentality of maybe not being married to a position in the draft. How maybe do these early first-round picks and the draft capital that you have shift it at all? Is it still the mindset of best player available, or knowing that you have needs in areas, does it kind of change the focus?
It doesn't change the focus, Kim, because every team has needs. And, like last year at this point, I wouldn't have assumed that our first two picks would have been a 3 technique and an off-the-ball linebacker. And the good thing is, like I say this every year, every draft class has good players. And the first order of business is to get players that you think have the potential to be a quality starter or a difference maker, particularly when you're picking high. And I'd say the other thing is, like, ultimately you want unique players, when you're picking this high, because they're difficult they're not difficult to identify, but they're very difficult to find. Or excuse me, they're not difficult to identify, but they're very difficult to acquire. And the draft is one of those opportunities. So I think oftentimes the public discourse on the draft focuses on need, as if NFL teams go into the draft and saying, hey, look, I'm just going to pick the best, this player, because that's how our roster looks today, when the reality of it is these players, they're longer term investments for your organization.
I like that answer. I like it. Something that just popped into my head. As I just read Detroit Gemini's message about what I just said. Nope. Guess it makes no sense. Let AB do his job. One of the things I learned, and even though it seems like we do the same thing, everybody lives a different life, and your life experience, you can choose to use that life experience and help it guide you, or you can disregard it. Me, I choose to use my life experience. So as a trader, one of the hardest things you have to learn in the stock market is you don't control what moves the stock market. You don't control it. It's one of the hardest things that people go through. They want to read reports. They want to look at companies. They want to look at the media, and they want to determine which way the market's going to go that day. You don't really get consistent in the stock market until you eliminate the thought of guessing which way it's going to go, and you read and react to what actually happens. So even though it seems like we all do the same thing, I come from a place where I read and react to what is happening based on what the decision makers say. Other people go guess and they speculate, and y'all know speculation is very low on my totem pole of things that I do, because it just leads you to nowhere, and it leads you to being wrong more than you're right, especially when it's things that you don't control. So like the media with AB, I look at AB, it's a performance-based sport. I can get an idea for how he views things, and then I'll react to what he does. I'm not going to do a million mock drafts to see where people get drafted to say this is what AB going to do. And that's the difference. So if you wanted to know what the difference between me and the Cleveland media was, you just got it right there. You just got it. We might believe Jason Lloyd was credible if he said his source was ears. Not if he said his source was ears. Hey, let us know. Who was it? Who told you? Speaks to fluidity. Today's need may not be tomorrow's. That's a fact. That is a fact. That's a fact. I'm dying alone on this hill. If he doesn't go get Tate, all the rest of the picks we can keep debating until infinity. Tate is that dude. If only the other one was not as damaged. Hey, I'm not telling you what hill to die on or what hill not to die on. I would just say it's your choice to put that much energy into something that you don't control the outcome of. That's your choice. I've learned to put less energy into things that I don't control the outcome of. I had to get that way as a Cleveland Browns fan. I've been a Browns fan my entire life. On Sundays with my family, we will all watch the Browns together. Win, lose, or draw, we was watching the Browns together. And eventually I got to the point I couldn't make the Browns better regardless if I wanted to or not. I had to not tie so much emotion into what they did. And it took a long time to get there. So for me, hey, you could be that way, Donnie King, but I would just say, as a lifelong Browns fan, if you tie all your emotion to one decision, man, the Browns going to put you through some heartache. just trust me. Any person that's been a Browns fan for many years will tell you this. They'll put you through some heartache. So just be careful. Just be careful. Be careful. All right, next one. He's going to talk about the draft class. Let's jump forward a little bit.
Draftable or first round grades. Do you kind of agree with those?
So this is the first question, Zedric, from I think this is the first question from Daniel. So let me go back a little bit. I don't think he uncrosses his arms, but let's see.
You said that you envisioned the 2026 draft would be stronger within the first 30 picks. Do you still hold that belief? And I know some other GMs have said that they think that the talent pool and the first round talent pool kind of dies down midway through. I think Jerry Jones said he has 20 draftable first-round grades. Do you kind of agree with those sentiments?
I think it's a good class. I mean, I think probably in most years you probably have around, however people want to categorize their first round grades, probably, maybe anywhere from 18 to 20, something along those lines. So I don't think that's necessarily an anomaly. I also think that we're all probably colored by the prism of our positioning within the draft, like whether you're picking high, maybe, what some of the positions you'd like to have, come to you in the draft. Like we're all probably colored by that perspective in terms of, in terms of how you view the draft. But I think there are really good players throughout, this year's class. I think it's a good group.
At this point there, it seems like every year these, next year's quarterback classes.
This is when AB starts showing his personality and showing how comfortable he is, and this is where it turns. Only a long-time fan. Know you're right, D. Yeah, I don't put all the things in the things I can control. All that energy, man, you're gonna be down, you can be upset, and it's like, man, you don't have no control. So I'm the hashtag New Cleveland Media. I'm not friends with the old ones. Yeah, this don't have nothing to do with the media. This don't have nothing to do with the media. This is more about with the Browns. AB has a plan, and it all started with Munkin's hire, so they're on the same page. That's a fact. Only the Pope and the Browns can make 70,000 people say Jesus Christ at the same time. Raul, you got a point there. No, he doesn't hear. He's good at hiding. He is. I was waiting, and then I heard that it was Daniel's question. Then I was like, okay, boom, we got to see. What is going on, Marie? How you feeling?
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
I got another one for you, Marie.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome in. Glad to have you here. I always said only if he's gone before 6. If he's still waiting on 4 and 5, maybe you can strike a deal. It's not only trade down, it's also trade up. Yeah, man, I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not trading. I'm not trading up. I'm not doing that. Let's see. What's our next question? All right, so we're going to jump ahead. Actually, no, we want to hear this first, and then we're going to jump ahead afterwards.
Going to be the class.
I agree. I think you hear that publicly all the time.
Okay, so why does that phenomenon exist?
All right, Zedric, so this is the first point. He uncrossed his arms where he's about to speak on why we hear about next year's quarterback class is better. It's the first point I remember him uncrossing his arms.
Honestly, I mean this respectfully, I think you should ask your counterparts in that regard. So I think, it's funny. I think every year I sit up here and I'm always asked the questions like, okay, well, I hear like next year's class is going to be better. Next year's class is going to be like, I don't subscribe to that notion. I think there will be a number of good players that come from this year's class.
He said, ask your people. Don't ask me. Ask your people why they always say that. You don't hear me saying that. So he uncrossed him for a minute to let him know. He had the hand gestures going with that one, Zedric. He let him know, hey, ask your people. I'm not the one to say that. Y'all say this. So to get what you want, sometimes you need to just put a little more effort. Hey, this is where we part ways. I'm cool if that's your sentiment. That's how you view it. But I'm not trading up. I'm not doing that. Trade down to 22 it has worked out well in the past. Man, it's always been bad at 22. He unguarded since he didn't have to give any game away. Yeah, he was unguarded and he was flipping it. He flipped it on you. All right, let's push forward. This is another question about the quarterbacks. Like I said, how many questions are we going to hear about the quarterbacks? Not 1, not 2, not 3, 1 million. In other words, he said, look in the mirror. He said, yeah, talk to your peoples. All right, we want to go here with this.
You mentioned that it was wholly realistic that you could draft or add a quarterback in this draft or maybe in this acquisition cycle. So now that you've had a chance to really dig in on all of these guys, how likely is it that you will draft a quarterback in this draft?
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's possible that we could. I mean, quite frankly, it's possible that we could add to any position. That's really the truth. And I wouldn't disqualify a quarterback either. No.
Any clarity on Joel Bitonio, when he's going to?
These two questions back to back. This was probably the two worst back to back questions. What's the likelihood of you drafting a quarterback and asking another question about Joel Bitonio? It's like, man, oh man, we gotta 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, release it. They need to release this Joel Bitonio situation, and they need to release this quarterback situation. Man, oh man, they gotta let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Please let it go. It's crazy how they keep going back to these same questions.
I don't.
Have you talked to him, or does this?
We talk to our players all the time.
When you talk about position value,
they got to let that stuff go. All right, let's move it forward. This is generational talent. So AB is definitely, just like Detroit Gemini said, they put in the narratives. The media is the one putting the narratives out there. He doesn't have to agree with the narrative just because they put it out there. He said, hey, this is y'all. That's not me. Talk to your peoples. Talk to your peoples. All right, so are we going here? Generational talent. He's going to say, man, y'all throw around generational talent too loosely.
It's a lot different, than other players at the position, and specifically what he can do in the passing game. So he's a pretty special, unique prospect.
Generational.
I don't really throw around the whole generational thing because this is, you're gonna get me.
Another time he uncrossed those arms. He had to let him know when he is turning things on the media. That's when he feel comfortable to uncross his arms and let him know what it is. So he about to turn this on the media again. And I'm telling you, words have definitions. Just use the definition of the word. This is what he's going to do. Throw it right back in their face. Sounds like drafting a QB late in the rounds is on the table by AB switch up in his response. I think it was always on the table. I thought it was always on the table that they could draft somebody late. That's why I was telling y'all, like, don't let it be a touch point if the Browns draft a quarterback late, because good teams will take flyers on late quarterbacks. I wanted to hear questions about that now. The players are in the building. How did that go? We got nothing because they didn't ask the questions. Nope. They somehow the Browns are supposed to change how the Cleveland media views the sport and how they will cover things. The Browns can't change. Mary can't go ask about quarterbacks regardless. They can't change that. This dude, the one dude to keep asking about Joe Bitonio, somebody else asks about Joe Bitonio at the very end. The Browns can't change that. The Cleveland media is who they are. The Cleveland microphones are who they are. They can't change that. They keep doing it.
Let me go in here, Mary Kay. Like, the thing I have a tough time with is, like, every draft cycle, do you not hear this person's a generational process? Like that, like, by definition, that's not possible, right? We should be saying that like every 20 years, but we literally say it every year at the top of the draft.
Hey, he letting them know. If it's every year, it can't be generational. Generational would mean it's not happening that often. So they got to stop. Look, hey, I'm a fan of people using definitions of words that's the definition. Mary Kay asked the question. He has to let her know. Hey, generational, you can't just keep saying generational every year. It diminishes the value. If everybody's generational, then nobody's generational because everybody's the same. So I like it. Push back on it. Much sense. Everybody can't be generational by definition. That's a fact. She can keep framing back to the QB questions. I'm surprised that she keeps finding new ways to frame a new one. Hey, more power to her. And later round, not to compete. That's why I was trying to warn y'all like a month ago. I was saying, hey, don't be triggered. Don't be triggered if they draft a late round QB. I'm like, just because of what happened last year, don't be triggered by it because it's something that could happen. And teams do it very often. What happened to Shedeur was not normal. That was not normal. That is not something that normally happens. So just if it happens, I don't want to see the sticks come out. Andrew Berry got to get fired because they take a quarterback in the 6th round. It's like, come on, man, what are we doing? What are we doing? In the later round, not to compete. Yep. Just needs new media in the building for a change. More relevant questions. I agree. Undrafted free agent QB. Don't waste a pick on it. Anybody after a second or third round will be developmental anyway. I don't have no problem if they go 6th round. Take it. I don't have no problem with that. You take a 6th round quarterback, man. What was we really going to hit at 6th round, and it was going to make a big difference. So I don't mind late in the draft. Good teams. If you look at good teams who are consistently good, not just the teams who've been good the last 2-3 years, go back to the last 30 years of Super Bowl winning teams. They take quarterbacks all the time. It's part of their philosophy. It happens all the time. Just look it up. I'm not saying it just to say it. Look it up. You'll see it. Even if they draft a QB in the late rounds, the media will ask, when will that QB get reps or if they're a QB competition? Hey, you can't run your business based on what the media does. The media are going to do that regardless. If it's an undrafted free agent quarterback, they're going to ask that question also. So the media is going to be the media. Yeah, like 5th or 6th round. I feel like the word generational had been thrown around loosely since COVID. I didn't really hear it that often before then. No, every couple years, it's words that just get popularized and then people just use them. And then sometimes it goes further and further from what the actual definition is. Poor AB tries to educate them as much as possible, but they still don't comprehend. They don't get it. Yes, generational gets used way too loosely. You'll know the Cleveland media all rode the short bus and wore helmets to keep from looking at the windows. Not to keep from looking at the windows. Hey, don't look that window. My only question, what are they going to do with 4 QBs? You have them through camp, and then when you cut down the roster, you determine who your 3rd QB is going to be with 4. But you don't do like they tried to do last year where you're trying to determine reps and all that stuff. No, you just have the ones go with you have the starter who are the QB1. They're going to go with the 1s and 2s. Then you're going to have the 2s. He's going to get some reps with the 2s. He's going to get some of those starter reps just in case he got to play. The 3s and 4s, they're going to be with the 3s and 4s. That's how other teams do it. That's how they do it. That's cool as long as it's after pick 144 because anything before that will start up the narratives. I think the narratives are going to be there regardless. The Browns have not done anything that would lead you to believe that they're going to draft Ty Simpson. That has not stopped Mary Kay from asking specific questions about Ty Simpson every single time she gets to speak to somebody. She asks Monken about Ty Simpson. She asks AB about Ty Simpson. That's not going to change her. The media is going to do what they do regardless. You cannot function based on how the media does things. You have to run your business what's best for your business, not what the media is going to do and say. They're going to do it regardless. We watch Mary Kay do this. We watch them do this. We watch Tony Grossi, even in here, is going to say, oh, well, that means you're going to sign a veteran right away? They're going to do that regardless. Mary Kay and old Cleveland media needs to retire or learn about football to ask better questions. I agree with that. D, I thought you were about to start singing after the 1, 2, 3 release. Nah, that's all I got. Keep at this. AB is saying there really aren't generational wide receivers QBs in this draft, which makes so much sense the way he explained it. Yeah, just it can't be. You can't have generational talent every year. I think they're doing a good job with the media, and Monken won't take their mess, so he'll set them straight. They can ask, but they will only get the minimal info. That's a fact. People forget his father was sick, don't know at that time. Also dropping in the draft, got a prank call too from the son who his father was working in the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, I didn't forget none of that. I love Coach Monken's approach with the media. That's how you got to treat him. Message to the old Cleveland media as it relates to these QB questions. Stop it. Get some help. That's a fact.
Stop it. Get some help.
Why is she asking about Ty Simpson? There are other QBs in the draft. That's the only one she, this is what they do. I'm about to expose something about the media, especially the Cleveland media, that I can't get back. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Growing up, we believed that the media had these inside sources and all these extra people who was giving them information. What we found out is, now that we have the internet, we found out that they make their decisions and write stories based on some of the most elementary thought processes. Oh, this guy worked with Todd Monken previously, so he's in the running to work with Todd Monken now. Todd Monken knows this guy's dad, so he could potentially go after that quarterback. It don't matter skill set. It don't matter position. It don't matter how you view the team. Oh, this might be the new defensive coordinator because when Todd Monken was the wide receivers coach in Jacksonville, they worked together. They use the most elementary thought processes to write their stories and ask questions. We assume that it was coming from a basis of understanding. It is not. It is not. It is coming from the most basic things. Mary Kay is infatuated with Ty Simpson because Todd Monken and Ty Simpson's father has a relationship and Ty Simpson knows Ty Monken. That is the basis for her to continue to push the Ty Simpson narrative. It is not from a basis of understanding. It is not from a basis of saying, oh, this player would fit this system. Oh, you did this for Baltimore. This player would fit. Nope. Oh, the Browns are going to sign this player because he played on the Ravens when Todd Monken was the OC. We heard this. Now it's out there. They're not doing these deep levels of research like we once believed. They're doing Google searches, or what you can effectively find out by doing Google searches and asking questions on the front stage about it. It's not this deep level of understanding. They made it a knock that Todd Monken the Browns didn't sign any players that played for the Baltimore Ravens until we did, and then they stopped talking about it. That is the infatuation with Ty Simpson. That's all it is. It's just lazy media that lacks understanding. It's just like the Dylan Gabriel story. This stuff is so much more simple. We want to give them way more credit for what they're doing by thinking that they understand something. They got inside connections. They called around this school and called this school. Man, it ain't none of that. They were saying, man, I think I saw them in a room together shake hands. Oh, that should be the offensive coordinator. Oh, that should be the defensive coordinator. That's all they're doing. It's elementary. It's basic. That's why Ty Simpson stuff won't go away. That's why Tony Grossi kept, when they were writing the stories, when they were still filling out the staff, they were so shocked by the Browns hiring the defensive coordinator, Rudy, that they hired because he had no ties to Todd Monken. They were so shocked because he had no ties to Todd Monken. They only thought this decision will be made based on ties and relationship, not based on who they believe was the best fit. That's why they keep getting it wrong. It's not just one thing they get wrong. You go down the list, they continuously get it wrong. That's what's happening. If you Google where Todd Monken worked, and then you look at players who came through there, those are the players they're going to say the Browns should draft. I'm just going to be the one to say it and put it out there. I'm just going to be the one to say it and put it out there. That's all it is. It is so simple. So simple. So that's why it keeps coming up. If Mary Kay truly believed that the Browns would take a quarterback, wouldn't you hear about more than one quarterback? Wouldn't you hear about multiple quarterbacks available in this draft? How come Mary Kay hasn't done any work on any other quarterbacks? It's because she cannot find a tie between Todd Monken and any other quarterback. That's all it is. It's out there. You can't unsee it. It's going to keep creeping in your head every time you look at stuff with her. They only did it with Carson Beck for a little while. They moved off Carson Beck really quick for Ty Simpson. And I think they did that because they believe Ty Simpson could be a higher round draft pick than Carson Beck. And I think that's why they fixated on Ty Simpson. I think that's why they did that. I think that's why. Mary Kay going to do Mary Kay things. That's who she is. I've accepted it and ignore her fact. I feel like Ty Simpson agent got his name popping like that. I think more so the quarterback draft class was down. Everybody who was projected to be better before the season started was not. Dante Moore went back to Oregon. If you watched the quarterbacks all year, you knew it was going to be two quarterbacks that they were going to speak about. Ty Simpson, this is a move of an opportunist. He saw an opportunity. He saw no clear-cut number 2 QB in the draft, and he jumped in and said, hey, I'll fill that gap. I'll take that spot. Opportunity. They're just lazy. I agree with that. And that explains why DG was drafted last year. That's it. And she said they should pick him at 6. What the hell? For real. Because clearly they got their jobs from knowing someone, not because of merit. It's all coming to the light. I agree. That would be like picking DG in the 3rd round. Makes no sense. No sense. I thought okay, we got that one. Keep Antonio out that locker room this year. He is the mold. Let him go play for his guy, Kevin Stefanski, retire. Only good energy and vibes for New Cleveland. Yeah, just let him be where he's at. It's going to be funny when minicamp opens up to the media. I suspect the Browns are going to see new media faces, which is going to freak out the old heads like Grossi. Story will be on the sideline. They are already noticing the shift and the change just with more people who are covering the Cleveland Browns. Online, they see it. That's true, D, because when Messi K said, although Shedeur has been in the building through the offseason, Watson has an advantage because he has been working out with the receivers. I knew she left out. That's a fact. Got it, D. Alexa, give me the names of the players Todd knows that he may draft this year. That's it. That's all it is, Shanithia. Mary Kay, it could be all so simple, but you rather make it hard, in the words of Lauryn Hill. Yes. They're doing it this way. They're making this hard. Where do we leave off? Let's see. We are at 20. All right, we just got generational talent. This is Tony Grossi. Another QB question. This is all they know. This is all they know, y'all. It's one player out there. It's 1 against 11 according to them. Let's start here.
I think there will be a lot of good prospects throughout the draft.
If you aren't able to draft a quarterback you'd like at that value this draft, will you move quickly to sign a veteran?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that's necessarily the case, but we have to see where we are after the draft.
Man, they cannot get off of this quarterback stuff and quickly to sign a vet. Come on, man. All right, another Ty Simpson question. 2440.
I'm with Ty.
Follow up on that. In the event that you did.
Hold on, we missed a little bit of. Let's go here.
Kind of feel about Ty after your thorough evaluation?
Great question. I wouldn't comment on the first part of it. But in terms of the second part of it, we've enjoyed the time that we spent with Ty. Son of a coach, really smart, very driven. He's physically talented. He has a very unique college journey. In terms of coming in as a 5-star and then really having to wait his turn behind two pretty talented quarterbacks in Bryce Young and Jalen Milroe before getting his chance under center, and he did a great job maximizing it. So we've really enjoyed our time with Ty.
Follow up on that. In the event that you did end up with a Ty Simpson, how does that impact Shedeur, Sanders, and maybe even Dylan Gabriel?
I'd say I don't love dealing into hypotheticals. So, if that, I guess I'd say this, like if we add a quarterback, we have a lot of love for the quarterbacks that are in the room. That's probably the first thing. So like that decision would be made independently of anything that we add to the room.
When you go on the quarterback evaluation, you have a guy like Nussmeier where he had 1 year of full year of starting, and then that second year where you look to see, add more context, he goes through like that injury situation. How do you sort of balance that, and what kind of goes into kind of separating fact from fiction with the play?
Yeah, it's a good question. That's a little bit more art than science. Look, I don't think you can go in there blindly and say, hey, like, we're gonna treat this past season the same way that we would have thought of, the 2024 season. He was obviously hurt and it affected his performance. How you do that and how you weight it and how you come to your decisions, it may be different from building to building, but it's just something that you work through, you talk through, and you try and make the best call that you can.
She a mess. It's the reason why they call her Messy K. Yesterday, somebody counted 11 QB questions. Yes, they can't help themselves but ask about the QB. All the old Cleveland media is nasty work. Time for a new era. Time for winning. Hashtag New Cleveland. That's a fact. It's going to happen. The Browns will turn this around whether they see it or not. They just got to deal with it. D, she gets the buzzer every time. Wow, she's Bessie. That's her. That's her. Hey, Mary Kay, I'm here to tell you we do not care.
We do not care.
Also, Brent says,
everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
His answer about Ty had an invisible, we wish him well. He said something similar to that before, where he's like, oh, we see him having a good career in the NFL. And I was like, well, that means it probably won't be with the Browns. AB and Todd Muckett going into the war room with the winning mindset, and they will get who we need. I agree with that. Can't AB tell them he's not answering QB questions today? I'm trying to think if I ever heard them say. The only time I remember them saying that they wouldn't answer questions on certain topics was with Deshaun Watson. That's the last time I can remember. With Deshaun Watson, they were the same way. They kept asking personal questions, and then they just said, look, he's not answering any questions that are not about football. And they still tried to, but that was the only time I can remember them doing that. That's the only time I can remember them doing that. I don't remember if they could say it. I don't know if they will say it. I think they don't mind them kind of making a fool of themselves. I think they don't mind. I think they don't mind. We do not care. Stay on that side. That's a fact. He said the same thing about Dylan. Yes, he said the same thing about Dylan. So I know where you stand on that, Tika. You said he gonna be out of here. So that maybe it's a tipping point. He's showing his hand. We shall see. We shall see. Where we got next? We got the O-line question. Let's get to that. I think this is about here.
In your free agency on offensive line, you've stressed versatility. You think you're overemphasizing versatility? You have
I'd say that was
before AB answers this, I'm asking this question to any person, anybody who's been in any type of leadership role, any person at any level. I'm talking about if you were the leader of the linebacker room, if you were the front end leader in retail over cashiers, if you were a leader in whatever career field you're currently in, do you feel more comfortable having more people who can fulfill multiple positions, or do you feel more comfortable with people who can only fill one role? So for instance, we'll just use retail. Let's use a grocery store. You have cashiers who can be cashiers and also work customer service. Are they more valuable than a cashier who can only ring people up on register? Because what Tony Grossi is asking him, did you put too much emphasis on people who could do multiple things? What? What? How? In any career field that you work in, they are going to ask you, hey, or they're going to give you incentives to train and learn things in other areas. They're going to give you incentives to do that. And they were saying, did you do too much of that? What we doing, man? What we doing? And these are the people that the Browns are somehow supposed to stop them from putting out the narratives that they put out. Tika.
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
I just don't understand. I don't understand. Tony frames his questions with the level of snark, always passive aggressive. He passive aggressive with a limited understanding, so it's a bad combination. Rashida, you got it. Multi. This is why we value cross training. That's a fact. Can the Browns lock out Cleveland media all year, make them send their questions online somewhere, and have someone on the Cleveland staff respond? I think the future is going to be that way. So when you do conference calls, like when you do conference calls for any major company, as the boom started to happen with COVID and conference calls will happen, you had so many more independent investors. And what companies started doing was they started taking calls from or questions from independent investors. They would ask more direct questions about the business, the future, and the questions will be better. That gave me the idea that eventually teams will just manage their social media and they will use that to get better questions, and it won't go through a beat reporter. It won't go through a beat reporter. I don't think it's going to happen today, but in the next 3 to 5 years, I can see that happening, because then you can have questions that are more centered on football, more centered around what's happening right now, and not based on just nothingness. We get so many questions of nothingness that where we could be getting value, we get no value. So let's listen. Let's listen to the question and let's listen to the answer. This is when I say lack of understanding, this is what I mean, y'all. I'm going to rewind it back so it might be some spillover from another question. A player with more skills is the best option for any team. That's a fact. The blind leading the blind. That's it. not that one, Black Pearl.
You stupid.
Another one. Shout out to Zedric for this one.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
Listen. Nah, that ain't it, y'all. Let's listen through, and I'm gonna let them speak.
Did anything process-wise change that allowed you guys to have
It's gonna be after this question.
such an impactful draft last year?
It was pretty similar, honestly, Scott. Yeah.
You've talked a lot.
Let me go here, and then I'll go with. Okay, I'll go here, and then I'll go with you, Joe.
Me?
Yep, you got it, Tony.
In your free agency on offensive line, you've stressed versatility.
Mm-hmm.
You think you're overemphasizing versatility? You have
I'd say that was a nice. I think that was a nice byproduct of getting good players, Tony, as opposed to going out and saying, "Hey, look, we're going to maximize versatility, and then like talent will be next." They're really good football players, and the added bonus is the versatility.
Come on, man. You got to do better. You got to do better, Tony. You got to do better. Now, a lot of people can say that I have this attack on them. I'm just exposing what they say. I did not tell Tony Grossi to ask that question. I don't tell Mary Kay to go ask all these questions about quarterbacks. They do this on their own. I just read and react. I respond to what they're doing. If they're going to ask these questions with limited understanding, I'm just going to respond to it. If they're going to ask questions with deep and true understanding, I'm going to respond to it. So if they keep it at, level 1 and we want a level 10, then that's on them. It's on them. And y'all know we couldn't end this presser without this question. This question had to be brought up again. It had to. Let me get to it. I think it's about right here.
Is certainly gaining value. And that's something that we've deployed very often as well.
Can I ask you one more about Joe? Do you want an answer from him before the draft?
I'd say this, Jeff. Like, Joel has been a foundational player for the organization. He's everything that we could have asked as a Brown. He needs to make the decision on his own timeline. Just simple as that. And like, he's earned that right. He will have that right. We'll be ready either way.
Stop it. Get some help.
I don't understand the love affair with Joe Bitonio. We got an early question about Joe Bitonio. We got an in the presser question about Joe Bitonio. I don't understand, y'all. I don't understand. Right now, Joe Bitonio is not on the team. He does not have a contract with the Cleveland Browns. They got to let it go. They have to let it go. Let it go, man. Let it go. Let it go. AB was in his bag during that interview. He was confident. He was laughing. He was joking. Like he was flipping it back on them. So I like it. I think this is a super confident AB that we saw right here. Super confident AB that we saw right here. Old Cleveland media is stuck in the past, hence the negativity and fear-mongering. I love that there's new media in the room. They ask better and more relevant questions. # New Cleveland. They do. Way better questions. They ask way better questions. Way better questions. I couldn't be AB. I done cussed the media out in 3 languages with my facial expressions alone. Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him. All right, let's get this. This is what Zedric sent us. Let's go. Let's clean some of this up. Let's go here. Thinks about right here. We have that. And then let's get this. We'll probably see Bitonio make his move after the draft. Yeah, he might make his move after the draft. I'm not waiting on Bitonio. I'll tell you that much. I'm not waiting on Bitonio, man. He can do whatever he want to do. Tony Grossi, why you bugging? He is bugging. Let's see. AB, like, that's his business. We moving on. Yeah, we moving on. The love affair is Bitonio was also their leak. They subtly snitching. I agree. They keep going back to Joe Bitonio, and it's like, man, oh man, what's going on? Let's show this. We got it right here. They want Bitonio there not for the play, but for the leaks and fake narratives they put out. Yeah, they gotta let the Bitonio thing go. Stoicism is a learned skill. Brent, that is a good pickup and call out. Good call out. That's definitely a learned skill. Okay, Jordan Tyson, he's working out for NFL teams today. He's doing personal workout. The Titans, Giants, Commanders, Eagles, Dolphins, Cardinals, Bills, Panthers, Browns, Cowboys, Lions, Packers, Raiders, Chargers, among others. So a lot of people are there to see Jordan Tyson. They want to see how he is. He has a long-lasting hamstring injury that hopefully is healed, so he can work out for some teams. Bitonio is the last tie to Kevin Stefanski. They are waiting to write the story how Kevin Stefanski leaving caused the loss of the great Bitonio. Man, I wouldn't. They're gonna write it that way, but Joe Bitonio hasn't been great in a while. He hasn't been great in a while. Just putting it out there. So to sum up, if you weren't here earlier, to sum up what we just heard, how many questions will they have? How many questions will they have about quarterbacks? Talk to him, LeBron.
Not 2. LeBron, tell us about that.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. Hey, and when I say that, I really believe it.
That's how many questions they're gonna have about quarterbacks, and when they ask them questions about quarterbacks, they really believe it. They believe it. So another stream in the books, y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this thing. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this thing. I enjoyed myself. Shout out to y'all for working with me, sticking with me early on during the troubles with the sound, the echo, all that stuff. Shout out to y'all for sticking in there with me. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Black Pearl for your support during the stream. Next week is the draft. Next week is the draft, y'all. So the schedule for next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all normal times. We're going to start at 10:30. The thing that's going to be different next week, Thursday night, the first round of the draft, we're going to be streaming live for it, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be live for it. Friday night, we're going to be live. Friday night, we're going to be live. We're going to see how much energy we have. Depending on how the draft starts on Saturday, we might even be live on Saturday. So we doubling up on the streams next week. We are going to enjoy the draft, and then we're going to be able to put it to bed, and then we're going to be able to move forward. So we doubling up on the streams next week. Like, comment, subscribe. Protect your peace. The draft is almost over. It's almost time for them to get on the football field. It's almost time for them to touch grass. It's almost time to us to talk about the actual sport. So have a great weekend. Thank you all for sticking with me. I enjoyed my time. I'm not going to think about ears this entire weekend. Yes, I will. But let's enjoy this thing. The old Cleveland media loves to be losers, love to play victim, love to do things the same way that hasn't gotten us nowhere. They have the lovable losers, Charlie Brown mentality. That's a fact. AB knows they have something special brewing with this young offense filled with potential and proven solid defense. That's a fact. Enjoy your weekend. Who all watching 3 days of the draft? Nobody. All right, we're going to be here. We're going to be here. For sure, we're going to be here Thursday and Friday. Saturday, we're going to see how you feel. We're going to see how we feel on Saturday. I'm preparing myself mentally to be here on Saturday, too. We'll see how y'all feel about it. Hey, y'all want to rock and roll and do it on Saturday? We'll do it on Saturday. We'll go all the way deep in the weeds with it. So just be prepared. I'm letting y'all know I'm open. I'm open to it. If y'all open, tap in. Have a wonderful weekend. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I will see y'all on Monday. Peace, everybody.